What the
Oh, it's real!
Fuck!
It's real!
Welcome to the Easily Offensive Podcast. If you're out there and you are easily offended, now's your time to leave.
Welcome back to the Easily Offensive Podcast. Back in the He/Him studios.
I wanted to fuck with him, but I just let it go.
Could you hear Gavin talking all the way up through that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
that's what I
whole
thought.
time?
Yeah.
That's why
I'm
I was-
such a dick.
That's why I was like, shut
think
the
it was-
fuck up. Let's do the intro here.
Do you think it was like
Greg.
turned off until we start?
Well, I figured, yeah. I figured it even when, like, I don't know.
Why would you figure that? We've always been totally silent up until.
Well, no, because he was telling us, he's told us a few times, he's like, when the music's playing, we can
still-
talk.
That was with when the
I think that's a case by case basis, though.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
If I don't tell you,
Oh, see, you should have said that.
okay, because that's why I was like, shut up, Greg.
Yeah, that there's a
Shit.
very specific reason the Jeff and Greg podcast start, and their mics are not hot until they get through the
intro.
because I was there for fully 5 restarts one time.
Really?
Yeah, and
That's
I
ridiculous.
didn't even. Greg kept talking, and I don't even think that he was actually trying.
He was just accidentally
He was just like,
pissing him off.
he was just like, all right, and then he'd have a thought, and he'd go, no, and finally,
That's annoying.
finally Jeff just started keeping his mic quiet until.
That's
So
fair.
we've made it past the 15-second mark.
Ooh, we're doing it this time, yeah.
Oh, we're recording.
Oh, guys,
Yeah.
dude, episode 50.
Oh,
We
yeah?
finally did it. Our first milestone.
I know.
Halfway
Well, no, our first
through
milestone
a
was
hundo.
25, but it didn't really count because we were
No.
like, we're not really 25 episodes in.
Well, 25 is like, I don't
That's
know. I feel
why
like
I-
that's a weak milestone.
Well, no, but it's not because for a lot of groups, they don't even make it to 25.
Yeah, we're not them.
I know, but that's why it's called a milestone.
Yeah, I
because
know,
most
but-
people don't make it there.
When do you think this podcast actually became a podcast and wasn't just Trevor and I being? Yeah.
Hey.
I always felt like it was when that episode where.
I love that you're all like, nah, he's cool to hang, and then he's all like, by the way.
Well, he does that every now and then. I always felt like it was that episode that me and you and Gavin got together and just decided to like just screw
Yeah.
around. And we had so much fun with it. We all were kind of looking at each other like, yeah, this is it, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that's where the idea like really was like, maybe we should, right?
Really
And that's
solidify
that's
this.
when the podcast became a weekly thing instead of
Yeah,
A
instead of
monthly?
a whenever.
what, Trevor, we would do an episode and then not do one for like 3 months and then be like, hey, we're back.
To be fair.
And then the next episode would literally be, we're back again.
You
We
guys
don't
were
know
always-
why we're doing this anymore.
You guys were always announcing like a grand return. Like,
Yeah.
and it
to
was,
be fair, when it was just you and I, there was a lot of stuff going on between you and I, between our lives. You were moving.
I was moving. I was in the with
New
Peyton.
father.
I was
yeah.
with Peyton.
I was like, there was a lot of stuff. Yes, I was lazy, and there was some episodes, that I wasn't able to make. But also, the time I had my kids as well.
Yeah.
Friday nights work good for me, but weekends, like especially when I have my kids, this whole next month,
Yeah.
I don't
We-
think
we-
I've seen
we
him
have a
hyper for a
mascot.
while. I don't think I've seen Petey. Yeah, we have a mascot in the podcast today.
we
have
sure do.
so many mascots. It's not even funny.
Well, we got one of them that's actually here.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
we
like
got a puppers here. Is what we're trying to get at.
the one time, he's like up and active, up and about. Oh, man.
Is when
so
it's
happy.
inconvenient.
Yeah,
And
He's-
I love
he's
that
a
you
good
can't
boy,
even
though.
see him, but you know that.
Sure looks like he's just
Yeah,
being out of frame, stroking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Petey's actually a big black guy. Eh. And Trevor's just helping him out.
he's so happy.
He looks. I like seeing him like that because he's so old, and he doesn't get to get played with and a ton of attention, like that.
Phrasing.
Just
Anyway.
because we were talking about before, the context on that just kind of fucked my mind up.
Well, I said phrasing. Anyway, no, he is a dog. What kind of dog is he anyway?
He is a, we got him when he was already 5. So
I didn't
as
ask
far
how
as we
old.
know, he's, because we don't have much real
Oh, you don't
history
actually
is
have
what
a
I'm
history.
saying.
Okay.
I know he's like blue nose pit bull mix probably.
Or you can see
With what?
the pit bull in him.
Oh yeah, he's got the jaws and the jaw muscles, and,
Yeah.
and when we got him, he was so ripped.
Oh yeah.
He was so
Just
it
a
was
shit
all
break
muscle.
house.
Oh dude, yeah. And I would play fetch with him for hours, and he would jump 6 feet in the air just
He's
to
definitely our mascot. He's going for the beer.
yeah.
He's like me too, bros.
He's a good dog.
But
He is a good dog.
back to my original thought. Yeah, why don't you know how to play an instrument? I mean,
Oh
you don't have to know how, but I figured you would know at least one.
yeah.
Did your brother get all the talent?
Did he?
Well, no, because
Yes.
Blake is actually really talented in a lot of ways.
Being a bitch is not a talent.
Being a power
That's
bottom is though.
That's
No,
an
I'm kidding.
acquired skill. That's an acquired skill.
Yeah.
Um,
No. He's good with like wood, and he's good with mechanical stuff.
You
But he's
know.
definitely
He's-
good with wood.
Yeah, real good with wood. No, that was something that Dylan picked up on his own. You
Yeah.
know, like I was always interested in music, but not necessarily playing it.
Yeah.
And then Dylan got a guitar one day. It was
just-
when we were living in Hawaii, actually. Like he went and bought his first acoustic guitar
Okay.
and taught himself how to. Oh, the
I
like.
know we're good.
Oh, I was like, did the audible stop?
No.
No, he's just
The
pointing
audible.
What the fuck do you call it?
the Infinity Challenge light.
Oh, the fucking light. I don't care about the light. I was.
Anyway.
You thought you were pointing at the fucking screen. I'm looking at
That's
all
so
the
much
we're
better.
still
I was
recording.
like, it's really dark in here. Oh, the lights off.
Okay.
So
anyway,
yeah. So Dylan went and bought. He had decided he was interested, and he went and bought his own, and he taught himself how to play slowly but surely. And I was looking at it. I would go in there and watch him do it, and he would kind of explain the things that he was learning.
mm-hmm.
And I was just like, "Fuck, dude, that's like so many combinations of things you can do at one point, like moving your fingers on a fretboard.
It's insane.
Yeah, that along with plucking the right
Chord and the tune.
string at the right time and like just the timing of it. I was fascinated by it, but not really interested in learning it.
Yeah.
At one point, a couple years later, I decided that I did want to play drums. And I bought like a cheap set from Mike's Music
Yeah.
and realized pretty quickly like I had no clue how to tune it, no clue how to do anything. Like I learned about like what's it called? Like you kind of like play it in like fours. Like do do do. Well, I guess that's threes.
You're the actual
yeah, you're
musician college kid here. Why
You're
do
the
you
one
know
with the college degree.
Yeah,
in music?
Fucking played
what is
Drums?
like there's
It
something
doesn't matter. You should know what it's
Isn't
called.
it
I thought
tempo?
you
like
No.
a 4x4 signature.
I don't know. It was called something.
Right now, Dylan is
finally-
rolling over. He's just dying
somebody
within his own skin.
Anybody that knows anything about me, but like somebody taught me something about threes or fours, like do.
Okay, so you got
Anyway,
like a
That's a
rhythm.
rhythm
So, yeah.
for drums, which I would have no fucking clue about because
Anyway,
It just seems
Not
that people
me.
that are interested in music, like no, Dylan can actually sit on a drum set
and just
and
went,
actually sound really, really good.
Okay.
And he would tell you it sounds like
Dog
shit,
shit.
but like,
but he's got a different ear for it,
yeah, sure.
so
And-
he knows when it's like, oh, that wasn't the right tune for that
Yeah.
beat, but I still did it. You
and
know,
and he's had two friends over the years that were just like some of the most insane drum players,
yeah.
and they were so good. But anyway, yeah, I gave it a shot for a while, but like I didn't really have any money to like pay for lessons, and I did all the research that I could. It wouldn't be like now. Now I could like just jump on YouTube and really
Actually
learn
learn
something.
Yeah,
And it just wasn't like that at the time. You could look stuff up and you'd find little things here
oh
and
yeah.
there. But
Well,
like,
and now they have tabs and shit like
but
that.
do you
Yeah.
play
and
tabs for drums?
Yeah, it's just a beat, dude. Isn't it? Like, isn't that like?
I guess it would be called tabulators too. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, because all
Yeah.
it's doing is removing the musical letters and then putting them in ones and 1, 2, 3s. And shit
Yeah.
like that.
Drums don't have musical notes.
They do if like you put one. Like
Do they not? They
They
produce a
don't.
set- That's
they don't have note. Yeah, I
If you
guess
on a
beat. How do you
on
read
a
music?
on a chart,
yeah.
it will be
Would you say thump, thump,
Hi-hat.
thump?
it would be like X's, and it would
X's and O's.
X's, stars, like little asterisks.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm thinking right,
Look
'cause
up
I
a
never.
look up drum music sheet. I
Yeah,
want
you
to. I
gotta
want to
be
see.
able
I'm
to-
trying to think from
you should be
memory
able to
here because I've
read
looked at a
music.
few in my entire time.
Just
No,
look it
because
up.
it's
But I guess in an orchestra, right? Like our.
Because they have drum
Or
it
music.
wouldn't be
jam.
musical notes because the drum doesn't play a note.
But
Like, I mean, it
sh-
plays a note,
It
a
shows
tonality.
notes.
But
What's it called?
so
So
like
they do
when
have
they're
drum notes,
standing
right?
there,
Well, it shows kick / bass drum, floor, tom.
Those are musical notes.
Yeah, they're musical notes.
So that
yeah, okay.
they are fact. Yeah, there's music sheet.
There's
But
Sheet
so
music, whatever. You
what
wanna
I was
talk
thinking,
about.
like in like an orchestra, like a drum. There's not really like a drum kit. Like they just kind of have those ones hanging off their shoulders, going.
Oh, those, yeah.
And they're quite simple, compared
and
to
those
like,
are only in marching bands.
Yeah, I was like, those
and
are only marching bands and like
yeah. I always thought
weird
like,
movies
I
about
could
marching bands.
join the
and they're
band if I
badass.
was the
the
Cymbal guy.
the crash cymbal guy that.
the symbol is the triangle.
So when
now.
you play
Right?
drums in in concert, you're not playing drums.
You're not playing like metal
you're,
drums.
No, you're percussion,
Yeah.
and so you'll one percussion player will be playing like a xylophone. That has notes because it has like A B C D E F G.
Real
Oh,
quick. Speaking of drums and what, like at one point I was actually kind of obsessed with it, even though I wasn't really making any headway
Yeah. well,
learning anything. I got pretty into the idea of learning it, and then like last week you guys were talking about 2 weeks ago you and Dylan were talking about Avenged Sevenfold and the Rev
Yeah.
and like how great of a musician he was, and I liked watching him and everything. Mike Portnoy, the guy that replaced him for the time
for a
being,
record and a
for
couple,
like a
couple
little
shows.
while. There was a video I watched on YouTube a million times of this guy playing. He's playing in his drum kit, like just doing an insane solo, right?
Yeah.
And the kit's so big, it's at one point he gets up and he keeps playing as he walks over to his second throne and sits in the different part of the drum kit.
That's crazy.
I'm like, that's fucking wild. You know, big
I
a
can-
drum kit has to be.
With drums, I can carry a beat,
Uh-huh.
but when it comes to doing the I mean, if it was all in my hands, I could probably do it, but I can't get my
feet in
my
your
feet
hand.
to
Yeah.
hit the like a simple I could probably do.
Yeah.
But like when it
just
gets like those people that got like the,
dude,
they're
I
like
used to watch.
I'm like no,
Joey
can't do
Joey
it.
Jordanson of Slipknot used to just that double bass
Oh yeah.
like a million miles an hour, and I'm sure there's guys that are probably faster, but like I mean it's hard to be faster than just a blur.
Yeah.
You know, it's like at a certain
Well,
point.
and they
it's
have
all
so many
super
different
impressive.
they have different pedals for that. Like they have literally double pedals.
Mm-hmm.
So
Where you
can
kick
have
it once and it hits twice.
Yeah.
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 That's fucking crazy.
Well, they have it where it doesn't kick twice. What it is instead of doing just a forward kick,
Yeah.
Mhm.
like stomping your foot down, kicks it, and then leaning your heel back,
yeah.
does the other one. So they'll be sitting here, like
Rocking your foot.
they'll
down.
have two of those, and so they have quad bass, and they're like, and that's
Yeah.
why you get those really sick bass beats from.
Right.
And
I was just saying, like in one movement, mechanically it hits it twice when you just press up and down, or down.
no,
and
so
up.
no, it's like your foot rests flat, or no, it rests at a little bit of an angle. So on these ones, the down hits one,
Yeah.
leaning back. So like
So the release.
pressing your not
you press your
releasing,
heel into it?
you're pressing your heel into it, hits the other one.
Oh.
So it's
And
like
so
you're
you're
rocking
doing-
your
you're
foot
doing
back and
this.
forth.
You are mechanically hitting it twice. It just looks
Yeah.
like a normal movement. Okay.
Yeah, because could you imagine when they're trying to slow down and they're trying to just hit once and it goes,
Yeah.
doo-doo.
Do-do.
And you're like, no, I want one.
Do-do-do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Anyway, I was
Gavin, do you?
pretty obsessed with it at one point, and I watched tons of videos on it. Never really got anywhere, and kind of just donated that to Dylan's band stuff at one point, and they just had this like Frankenstein's monster of a drum set at one
Yeah.
point that like had all these like mixed together pieces and actually sounded pretty good. It just looked like shit, you know.
Yeah.
And that's where that went. So it was for a good cause, I guess. Like, I wish I could have learned something. Like, nowadays, it's like, sounds like something I should actually, like,
Attempt.
Yeah.
Just for something like just for fun.
Yeah.
Something like a hobby.
Yeah, it would be cool. But now I have so many other hobbies, you know?
Yeah. You were gonna say something about Zach?
Gavin, do you play a musical instrument?
I don't play an active musical instrument. I have dabbled in a few.
I was like, I gave you a piano.
Yeah. I've dabbled in piano, violin. I've kind of touched up on a guitar.
You felt it up.
Suck.
You felt it up.
I felt it up, yeah.
Trevor,
And some flutes. Different types of flutes.
like, are you talking like recorders?
Mm-mm.
Like
Or I guess
Like an actual brass flute.
Because, dude, I can't get my. This word's gonna sound foreign to probably you guys. My embouchure. I can't get a sound to get out of a real flute or like a piccolo. I cannot get a sound out of it
Really?
because
can
I
kinda
don't
get
know
some.
how to.
To blow it perfectly, yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds terrible, but that is you have to blow, like whistle blow weird.
No, it's just blow because it's a.
Well,
it's-
you got to
it's a-
get your lips right, and so
Get a pucker.
Well, and it's not. It's that, and then it's a. I don't know. I don't know how flautists do that.
Flautist.
That's
That's
the word.
That's what they're
that's
called.
yeah, they're called flautists.
Oh, I mean, I believe you. I just think the word's
Um,
funny.
Yeah.
Trevor,
well,
do you-
the word for piano is a
Have you?
pianist.
Did
yeah,
you?
I love that. Dylan had made
Uh,
a great YouTube video about that years ago.
That's funny.
Oh, it was the best.
I've dabbled, like playing guitar.
So out of so you haven't like really. Neither of you guys.
Oh.
Neither of you.
None
out
of
the
us.
three of you have like put in serious effort into learning an instrument.
No.
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 The only instrument I have is my voice. Because I did choir for 3 years.
That's fair. Choir is a form of music, guys.
I'd have to.
So is
I
acapella.
wanted. I was going musical instruments.
But,
Technically,
yeah.
your voice is not an instrument, but it's still it's a skill that I
Yeah.
can't sing.
I
worth
can't
a
either.
damn.
Me and
Well,
Trevor
you're in
should
choir.
do like that
I've heard you-
Step Brothers thing.
Huh?
Me and you should do like the Step Brothers thing. It's like I see a drummer, I see a singer.
You guys gonna play
Is your
are you guys-
nutsack on my fucking
Are you guys gonna play at
drums?
the
Catalina.
Catalina wine mixer?
Yep.
The
100%.
fucking
It's the
Catalina
fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Well, so I obviously you guys know let's see when I was first getting into music, I wanted to play the saxophone, but my parents were like,
You wanted to be
we
the sexy
can't
saxophone player.
afford to get you a saxophone right
Oh,
now.
Those are kind of expensive.
They
aren't
are.
Yeah.
But they're like, we can afford to get you a trumpet, and if you like this, next year we'll get you a saxophone. Well, I hated the trumpet, but I loved
the sax.
I loved playing music. So I was
Oh.
like, if they can't
You'll
afford,
stick with it.
I was gonna stick with it if my parents couldn't afford to get me a sax. Well, the next year they got me my first alto saxophone, and from there it was just like that was my deep dive into music.
Oh, was it? That's where you just took off? You
Oh
went
yeah,
into-
I was just like,
so you can play the
fucking-
sax.
Yep, I can play all of the different saxophones.
See, and you know what
There's
blows my
multiple
mind is I've
saxophones?
never once heard you talk about how you fucking like serenaded your girl with a saxophone.
'Cause I
That
don't have-
saxophone is literally
'Cause
the
I don't
sex
have
instrument.
One. I don't have one, and I can touch on that if you guys want. Why I don't have a saxophone now? But
Did you one time at band camp?
No, so
One time
I'm
in
gonna
prison?
continue with my knowledge of musical instruments
Okay.
because you guys did yours.
Hey, can we talk about something real fast though? Dylan's probably really pissed that we didn't have this conversation when he was
Right.
here.
But it just happens. Like you were like, oh, I'm surprised. Why don't you
It was just
play
a
one?"
random thought. Yeah.
Yeah, because
But-
it's like my family doesn't have
Yeah.
like a history of music. Dylan started that on his own. I
Well,
was-
yeah, but I don't know. I just like when you watched you do the air guitar, I was like,
Yeah.
does he know how to play a fucking instrument?
At that point, I wanted to be a professional, like freestyle motocross rider.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do.
My weenus is getting licked.
So,
Anyway, go on.
I got the alto sax in 7th grade,
Nice.
and that's when I really, really, really was getting into music.
That's when his emo phase kicked in too.
Yeah.
Ninth grade, I wanted to play the tenor saxophone
Okay.
in jazz band because I'd heard all the jazz bands play. So I was like, I begged my parents for a tenor saxophone. I was like, please, please. And they're like, you've been
a good boy this
you've
year.
really showed that this is something you want to do.
Yeah.
So it was a birthday gift, but it was also like, hey, Christmas might not be as
Awesome.
grand for you as it is for your sister. And I was like, okay.
You're
I was
like,
like,
I don't care.
I don't give a shit. I got it was a, the brand of my saxophone was a Venus, and it was rose gold
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
that's cool.
with all the hardware on it was silver.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
there
sick.
you go.
Yeah.
I
Did
have,
your
I have a
dad?
picture of it somewhere. I can.
So where the
If you
fuck
give
is it
me a
right
minute, I
now?
So, I'm getting to it.
Okay.
So when I got to high school, I auditioned for jazz band as tenor saxophone
Cool.
with my tenor saxophone. But when you audition for, at least where I went, when you audition for saxophone, you can get alto sax, tenor sax, or baritone saxophone as your part.
No matter
Well,
what.
I auditioned, and they were like, our band director, Mr. Weed,
I remember him.
Mr. Weed.
cool dude, except for near the end when he went batshit crazy.
Did he touch all the kids?
No,
No,
Well,
he-
he touched a.
Did he move to California?
No, the syphilis finally got to his brain. Shut up.
No, he did start dating one of the students after she was
Out
An
of school.
adult.
out of school and everything. She didn't have his wife with her.
Fuck, serious?
Yeah.
That's what.
He's like, I
That's
groomed that one.
crazy.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, anyways,
That's what he
It
did.
took 4 years.
Anyways, well,
Ugh.
I mean, she came into the school as a senior, moved into our school as a senior,
Oh, it took
Anyway.
only one
and she was
year.
18. She was 18 when she was.
Dude.
It's still
So
a
it
big
was still-
no-no.
He
No, it still would have
definitely,
been.
like, porked her in the,
Yeah.
the,
No, I don't know.
Dude, I saw the
Anyways,
the band had a locker room at some point.
the band,
Yeah.
no, had a room where you put
All your
Your
shit.
stuff.
all your
But I
your
walked-
instruments.
I don't remember why I was in there, and I walked in there. I was like, "They get a locker room too? That's wild."
But so it wasn't it was a storage for instruments. But if you had to like
Did you do a quick
played any of
change?
the bigger instruments like a trumpet, saxophone, or a like I played, so auditioned for jazz band, got the
Yes.
baritone saxophone. I was devastated. I was like, I don't want to play that saxophone. But
Oh, because you didn't get the.
The part
I didn't
you
get the
wanted.
tenor or the alto, which is two saxophones I had, and I
get
was
the-
like, I want to play one of those two. Well, I got the baritone saxophone, and I was gutted
Oh, I bet.
And- get
until
the tenor
I
or the 11?
started playing it, and it took me a minute to get used to it. I remember showing up to the first couple of band practices like, holy fuck, I can't play this because size comparison, this is going to be like downscaled. An alto is like this big,
Mm-hmm.
a tenor is this big, a baritone is like this big.
Oh, yeah, because of the big bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the amount of air I had to push through that,
Crazy.
well, maybe I had to. I probably couldn't do it now because I've been smoking for so long.
Yeah, dude.
But that's the saxophone I want to end up getting if I do get one as a baritone saxophone.
Dude, my friend Casey in school always played saxophone for years.
Yeah.
He'd get on the school bus every day, dragging that bitch on there, like just lugging it.
Yeah.
I was like, that looks like such a pain in the ass.
Dude, my
I would
case looked like
hate
I was
that.
carrying a bazooka around.
Yeah. And he
Because it was
real
like the case was this big.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
And Casey was real skinny too, so he
So he just looked stupid as
Oh fuck! It looked like it looked
Casey
like he was
who?
Anderson.
Oh yeah, he played alto saxophone. No, he played tenor saxophone.
Yep, he's the one that got it.
He's the one that-
He didn't play it in jazz band.
First string, well, first air.
He didn't play it in jazz band.
I don't know. What that.
'Cause-
Yeah, I don't know. He's like, I don't really care.
He wasn't-
Anyway.
Yeah, yes, and he was first chair tenor because there was only one tenor saxophone in the concert band
Right.
Aw.
until
So-
I came into the concert band. But then, so I auditioned for that, got the baritone, was gutted until I learned how to play it, and it has those deep, really deep tones. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
fucking love this. So then I switched to that in concert band, jazz band.
Mhm. He
and
literally
then-
went from the smallest to the biggest.
Yeah.
He literally, you're a
Well, no,
size queen.
I didn't like jump from size to size.
You did though.
I amped up. I was
Yeah,
like, I gotta find the big one.
You size queened up, dude.
I did.
You were
I
like
did.
itty bitty
But,
practice. Midterms.
then I
big dick.
that was my sophomore year of high school. My junior year, they started a second jazz band too, which was for like the people who aren't as good. Well, that's not saying because they were still all good.
Not as talented.
Not as elite, I would say. They're not.
No, that sounds
They're not
worse.
as polished.
Yeah,
There
they're not
you
as
go.
polished.
That one
they're
sounds
still
better.
good because you had to audition for it, and everybody auditioned, and only these people made it. And when you auditioned for the jazz band, it was you auditioned for jazz band, not one or
Anything-
two.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were just auditioning.
You got put in one or two, and a lot of times, a lot of people would move up from two to or from the second jazz band to first after a year when they realize because jazz is a hard genre of music to play.
It is.
In jazz band 2, I auditioned for bass,
Okay.
string bass. I took on orchestra and learned how to play the string bass, the upright string bass.
Mm-hmm.
I could play that finger walking or even with the bow. So when I learned how to finger walk really well, I was like, "Fuck it, I am going to audition for jazz band 2."
That
And
reminds
a
then
me
string
of,
try
bass.
again.
the Aristocats.
Yeah.
And I got
Yeah.
I got decent at it, right? And then he said, "Well, there's a couple songs in here that need electric bass. Do you have an electric bass?" I'm like, "I
Do not.
do not, but I have a friend who has one that did electric bass in middle school and said, 'Fuck this,' and quit." Jacqueline, our friend Jacqueline.
Oh yeah.
I used her electric bass in high school for those songs in jazz band that needed electric bass. And the difference between an upright bass and an electric bass is absolutely nothing.
Really?
They have frets, but the finger placements
Mm-hmm.
are the
exactly
same.
the same.
Dude,
So-
bass guitars look weird.
So I know how to play every saxophone, upright bass, and electric bass, which in turn means I know a little bit of guitar because
Yeah.
a bass is
Yeah.
like a guitar,
Just with 4
um,
strings.
4 strings, so it's got the same notes, I would say. You could say.
Yeah.
Then in my senior year, I started learning a bunch of different instruments. I learned how to play the oboe. I learned how to play the clarinet because I was really deep diving into music there. So then fast forward into graduating high school, got a scholarship to ISU. Wasn't a full ride. It was like enough to pay off like 2 semesters.
Went 2 semesters.
I went 2 semesters and quit because I was like, I can't afford this.
It's expensive, yeah.
So my question here
But
is-
then outside of high school, my alto saxophone, I donated it to my high school
Okay.
because I was like, I don't play this anymore.
Yeah, but you're not going to play it outside of high school very much. That would just be
No, I played my tenor saxophone a fuckload outside of high school, or I played it every day
Oh,
because I
okay.
loved it that much.
Right.
And
He
even outside,
just used-
even when I was out of college, I still played my tenor, but my alto, I was like, I hadn't touched it for like 3 months, so I was like, I donated it because it was old. It was like $150 or $200 saxophone, so it was like a beginner model,
Yeah.
perfect for someone who wants to learn in high school or even any school. I just donated it to the high school, and then a couple years later, I was really, really hurting for money. I couldn't pay rent or anything, and my band teacher, but this is before he went all fucking nutso, heard I was having a hard time, and then he said, "I'm willing to help you out."
Yeah.
He offered to give me money, get me through, and I'm like, I was like, I can't just take money from you.
Yeah.
That's against my ethics because I don't know when I'll be able to pay you back because
Yeah.
I'm hurting for money.
How did he hear about all this?
Oh,
They were fucking the same girl.
Yeah, yeah. No, so
He's like, you're the syphilis.
in
He's
the
like, how do you use band instruments to get pussy?
in the jazz band, all of us were close to him because we spent a lot of time together.
Yeah.
The jazz band went on more trips and did more stuff outside of the school
Yeah.
Than
than
most other
the
groups.
regular concert band stuff did, and we met twice a day. We met in what's called 0 hour. You guys know what 0 hours is, right? It's
Yeah.
No, I went to alternative school.
so 0 hour is an
All
hour
their
of class.
hours were 0 hours.
Yeah, it was an hour of class,
Dude, they
an
did not
hour
believe in
before
us.
school started. So an hour before school started,
Yeah.
we'd come in
Fuck that.
and practice,
That's when I did my driver's
and then we'd do school,
That's when I did drugs.
and then after
No
school
kidding.
we'd have another
Have
Line
another
of
have
0
another
hour.
0 hour. Or I guess you would call that
They used to call it
Af-
homeroom.
Yeah.
homeroom or extracurricular. And so we spent a lot of time. And then, like, so we all, like, I had his phone number, you know, everyone, we all had
Oh,
his
so
phone
he
numbers.
was
and-
grooming you.
fuck off.
He's like, you're gonna be bold. I don't like you.
He had heard
Send
from
you-
one of my other old bandmates that I was still in contact with at the time, and I'm still in contact with. They were talking. He's like, "Yeah, Zach's not doing so well right now. He's not like dying,
But he's
but
not
I mean, he's
doing
not like he is
financially.
living like
It was
A
before
pauper?
he got his
Like-
CDL.
it was before I got that money maker."
Okay.
Um,
Anyway,
but so,
So
he,
we found
he
out-
reached out, and I was like, I don't know when I can pay you back. He's like, but I'm like, I'm really hurting. He's like, well, you got your tenor saxophone, and this time I had stopped playing my saxophone because I was working trying to work 2 jobs. Hi, Petey. I was working.
You just gotta
2
cut it
jobs,
for a minute.
so
Count
Did
it.
up.
I was
I had
like,
to make
okay,
sure
I
everything
don't
was
have the
still
time to
recording.
play it anymore. I sold it to him. My parents had bought that saxophone for $400, and he bought it for me for $800.
oh wow,
800. Damn.
what a G. It
So,
sucks that
I
he
mean,
went
it
batty.
and it got me out of that hole I was in. Just
Yeah.
that the $400 that. So the $400 of it got me out of the hole
Yeah,
where I was no longer hurting, and then having an extra $400 is like, okay, I have
a plan now.
money that I can actually not be like, okay, I can
A
actually
rainy day fund.
rainy day fund, yeah. And so that was
That's the day you got a savings account and shit, and you're like,
yep.
I gotta be an adult. You just might want to take him. Just take him.
Yeah, I'm going to put him upstairs. He's getting restless.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, guys, you've been sitting and talking long enough. So that's why I don't have a tenor saxophone anymore.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense.
And it does make me sad because I love playing it, and I'm to the point now I want to buy another saxophone. Tenor saxophones, obviously. So a baritone saxophone, the one I want,
Yeah.
that's not even like top of the line model, is $12,000.
Damn. See, no, that makes sense though. Some of these.
The one I really want is 25.
2,500.
25,000.
Oh,
The one I would be like, that's my
He's like-
dream saxophone.
He's like 12 grand, 2,500. Holy
yeah.
shit!
Well, my brain actually went 2,500 or 1,200 is what I thought he said.
But right
now at like 12 grand, I'm like, nah. Fuck
but right now
you.
I'm at the point where I would buy
there's-
like a $300, $250, $300 beginner model alto saxophone just to be able to
Get your feet wet.
Get back
play
again.
again.
Yeah. See, and
And
here's a question actually. You guys have kids. Not you.
He has
He has no kids. Anyway,
dogs.
I was
Yeah,
going to say,
okay.
don't say that counts. 'Cause
yeah. I'm about to be a dickhead if you go that route.
No.
Anyway, you have kids.
Yeah.
Are you guys actually, or do you debating to ever put your kids, like, get them like musical instrument
if he wants
training before they go to like school or anything like that?
if he
So-
shows an interest in it,
Because
definitely.
honestly, like if I had a kid, I kind of have a kid, but that
That's
doesn't really count. I'm
Another reason why I
stepdad.
want that's why I want to get a saxophone again to show him, because I would love it if he could play an instrument, but I'd also love it if he wants to play football or
But the thing is
would
like,
you push him towards like a cool instrument though?
what's wrong? What's a cool instrument?
You know what a cool instrument is.
No, we don't. Go on, tell us. I think actually the majority of instruments are pretty cool.
It gets guitar. Something. That's gonna
Okay,
Get you,
a guitar is.
something that's gonna get your neck wet.
I would
I'd
push him
be
to something that's
surprised.
going to progress him in live, and that would be the saxophone. No, it'd be, dude. Saxophones are sexy.
He's not joking, but the
Do
thing
you know
is,
how,
is
do you know how
like,
many people fucked Kenny G?
too many.
That's Kenny G.
It's not
It's a fucking saxophone player.
dude. Yeah,
But like, how many saxophone players can you name?
none other than Kenny G.
Yeah, me too.
But that's
how many
only-
guitar players can you name?
How many
I
saxophone
mean,
players can I name?
Slash.
Fucking endless amounts of guitar
Not
players.
really.
How many saxophone players can I name?
Yeah,
Off the top of my head,
yeah. How many can you name off the top of your head?
3.
3? Okay, and that's a saxophone guy. You know what I'm saying? Like a regular person can name 3 guitar players.
I honestly don't think I can.
I
but
can't.
You can't?
Oh, I can.
You're not even trying. If you think for a second, you'll be like, oh, yeah, he's right.
No,
No, I'm
No?
really
I can name one guitarist. Oh no,
Sinister
never mind.
Gates?
sinister.
Oh,
Never mind, shut
look,
up.
there's 2 in one band, right? You just realized that.
Zach, there's 2
Yeah.
there. Oh wait, and Joe
Eh.
Satriani, and hold
Oh,
on.
wait, Eddie Van Halen.
Eddie
Yeah,
Van
yeah,
Halen.
yeah.
Oh, fuck off.
Here's
yeah.
the thing. Here's the thing,
I
though.
love being right.
No, you're right in that regards. But like thinking, I didn't think Eddie Van Halen actually played the guitar. No offense
Dude,
to anyone who actually enjoys.
Eddie Van Halen.
I didn't know he
was
played the guitar.
guitarist.
I didn't know that.
yeah. Well,
I just thought he was
Jimi
saying,
Hendrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom
See, but when you think
Morello.
about it, yeah, when I think of like
It
people who
gets easier
sing
and
the songs,
easier.
I don't
It's
really
weird.
think about them playing the guitar, even though I know a lot of them do. So that's where I'm like, oh, well, I'm obviously being stupid. But like to name off like artists and stuff like that, most of the time I'm really bad with names, so I really struggle with that.
I'm pretty bad too, unless I'm really into somebody. But
Yeah.
guitar players.
So back to your
plenty.
question real quick, though, because you got Zach's answer.
Yeah.
So Autumn is actually actively in piano classes right now.
See, and I think that's a great starter.
Piano is an amazing starter for music.
That's
It gets you into reading music,
Yeah.
hearing tonality. I wish I would have started with the piano or had piano lessons.
dude. And you know what?
'Cause
The
I got
piano is cool.
I got
It
into
is.
I got
I
into
love the
college,
piano.
and it's like, oh hey, by the way, you got to take piano, and I'm like, I'm gonna look like a dumbass
Dude, oh
because
yeah.
I got in there and I'm like looking at this like I don't know what this is.
Right.
Right.
This is I know center C. That's what I knew. So I was like, okay, I can kind of fuck with it here. Center C, D, E, F, G. Okay.
Yeah.
You're like, I can do that thing where I go like across all the keys. Oh, badass.
I could play Heart and Soul,
That's actually what the Rev spent his last night doing,
playing
Oh,
the
really?
playing the piano.
playing the piano for people at a party.
Oh.
See,
And
it's
then
awesome.
that's when he mixed the.
So when you say like sexy instruments, a piano is a sexy.
It
instrument.
is a sex.
Yeah.
If you
that,
know
that,
how to play
that
it,
can get you
if you
pussy
really know how
or
to play
dick
it.
if you're into it.
See,
dick.
a guitar you could like kind of halfway know how to play, and it'll still kind of work out for
You
you.
can play like the riffs.
See, like Dylan taught me like just how to sound cool on a guitar without knowing shit.
Yeah,
You know, he was like, "Yeah, just put your fingers here and here,
and then
and just
the-
strum really fast and move back and forth."
Yeah, that
Dude,
is
one time I did that, and somebody asked me like, "Wow, how long have you been playing for?" And I was like, "Man,
10
My
minutes.
You're like you're really bad at knowing music, but that's
but I mean,
awesome.
I just told Dylan, who knows how to play guitar, I was like, just show me how to do something that's like very easy to do, but highly impressive.
See, Yeah.
And so it's like not a lot of work, tons of yield. And
Okay,
it's
so that's what
Yeah.
that's what a lot of people would be like. Oh yeah, I play guitar. I'm like, no, you can play.
chords.
You can no.
Dun-dun-dun.
Because if you can play chords and know your chords, you can play guitar. But it's these people that are like, yeah, I play guitar. Oh, okay.
Then
What do you
start
play?
throwing-
They're like, oh, I play Smoke on the Water.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
okay.
See, and that's like
Or
that's
they're-
Or
like a-
Wonderwall.
I play-
swear to God, one more person's like Wonderwall music. I'm like, shut
Or
the
it's
fuck
sucks
up.
what it is
that,
they know these popular riffs.
Yeah.
well,
And
it's
granted-
a trope, right? It's
It
Granted, it's yeah, you can play those, but you don't play the instrument. You don't know the instrument.
yeah.
When
You
people
know
ask,
the
do
set.
you play?
smoke.
It's more, do you
on
know
the
how? Like, do you know the
water.
instrument?
Or,
Or
have
do
you,
you-
created your own?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
can you imagine that guitarist for that band who plays "Smoke on the Water"?
I know fucking good.
Deep Purple.
Deep Purple.
Deep Purple. Can you imagine that guy? He's like, man, I've become. He's like, I took what is a very iconic guitar riff. Dun, dun, dun,
Made it.
dun, 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 dun. You know, it is iconic, and now it's one of those things that just like, oh, you know that one? Fuck you.
right?
You know, and he's got to
Well,
be
how
like,
do you-
Basic
how-
bitch.
he went from like the peaks and valleys of being involved with that song have to be so crazy. Like at one point they're like, "You're the guy that does," you know,
Yeah.
and then he's just like can't even get his dick dry.
Watch. He plays it at a party. Everyone knows that.
I
admitted
admitted it. You
I
guys-
made it.
You guys only know it because of me.
Yeah.
That's it's crazy to think
I was the one who created it.
the ups and downs with that. Like he's probably killed himself by now.
No clue. But
He's probably
don't know.
dead.
I was gonna
mean,
say, I
but
think
if
he
he,
might.
if he isn't,
Maybe,
But-
guys like Ozzy are still alive.
impressively
Oh,
alive, by the way.
Oh, he didn't really eat a bat.
No,
It was
he
a
really did bite the
he
head off of a
didn't
fucking bat.
Yeah.
really do it.
Yeah,
I heard
he
that it was
factually
like
did that.
I heard that what was thrown up there. I know there's a million different ways the story's told, but what I was told is that somebody threw a bat on stage, and he picked it up thinking that it was a
Fake bat.
fake bat, so he bites the head off of it,
And then realized it was real.
and that's got to be
Oh, maybe that's where-
wild.
So what
Maybe
happened?
that's where I'm
be a
getting confused.
wild
And the
feeling.
thing is like
he
if
thought
I
it was a
remember-
fake bat. He didn't like go in thinking it was a real
No,
bat.
he
Oh,
didn't
okay.
mean to. And what I remember hearing is
Well,
that
he
it was
meant
supposed
to,
to be a
but-
prop. So from what I remember hearing is that it was supposed to be a prop. They were supposed to put it on the stage and or it was supposed to come to him of it some fucking way, and he was gonna bite its head off. But it happened to be a real fucking bat that ended up on the stage or wherever, and he bit its fucking face.
So we were told the same story.
yeah, just
I don't-
different routes.
Who
Because-
knows what's accurate because he couldn't even tell you anymore.
Yeah, well, and I know he's just like that wasn't supposed to be real.
Yeah.
He's like that was gross.
Could you imagine that trip? And then just to continue on with
Well,
the
he was
concert.
on
He
so
spit
many
it.
drugs.
Yeah,
So many
I don't
drugs.
know. I don't know if there's any drug that would pull me out of that
Oh.
crunch. I'd be like,
I assure you
oh
there is.
yeah, yeah. There's. I'm
Yeah.
sure that he was so sedated. He was just like, "Wow, they made that really realistic." Toss.
blood spraying from it.
And look how much bigger it probably made him. That one act.
It made him the Prince of Darkness, dude.
Prince of Darkness.
He was already the Prince of Darkness.
Yeah,
Well, maybe-
But you know who has
who took
darker?
the beers out of my room?
Do you know who has darker concerts?
Sharon!
Who?
Huh.
Alice Cooper.
Alice
Yo,
Cooper's
Alice
pretty
Cooper
dark.
had some
Awesome.
weird fucking ones, especially
Dude,
like
the one
ones
where he hung a baby.
Yeah.
Like an actual baby?
Yeah, Trevor, he hung an actual baby.
You really
You,
have- you
who
just
was it?
can't help yourself, can you?
Who was it? It was somebody actually sent. I think it was a governor or
It was Mike Crabe.
one of the. It was somebody who's super like up in the government. They sent like a weird fucking letter to their kids. It was one of the bands. I can't remember who it was.
Oh, did you guys see?
Not
Not government related, but religious related. The Dalai Lama that had the little boy suck on his tongue.
Oh, I
You
don't
didn't see
remember
that?
No.
Yeah, he like goes up to him. He's like, "Oh my God, it's the Dalai Lama!" And he gives him a hug, and he's like, points to like have a kiss right here on his cheek, and then points to the other cheek, and like then points to his lips or whatever, and then it is so weird.
That's
Like the
Is
first
there an
time-
actual video of this?
I think so.
I'm not watching it.
Why not?
Why not?
because of
Yeah.
his reputation. No, I'm kidding. He doesn't have a rep. He's a good person right over here. That's this ginger fuck.
This ginger fuck.
Soulless.
Yeah, because
You
the last
got
thing
you got to look
no,
that up.
no, the last thing I need to be searching on my computer
is something like that.
Well,
that
that's the
kinda
thing.
thing.
That was a giant story. That's been looked up by many people.
You're not going to get looked into. By
No,
the
this is a
CIA.
very big story. Trust me, Zach. While he's looking that up,
fuck.
actually,
See, he's such a good G. Which is funny because
he's a
like
G.
Good ginger.
hey, I was gonna say ginger, but then I was all like
A good G.
he's a good J.
ginger.
just say it.
I think one of my favorite things as of lately to say, and I've been doing it a lot at work.
Derogatory words towards
No, no, no.
Hispanics.
Do you think it's on TikTok?
It's
maybe.
on everything.
No, so you see like construction workers and shit doing their job and everything. I just love looking at
Who
them.
was it?
Dalai Lama.
How the fuck do you spell that?
Really, Dolly and llama,
It's not Dolly like Dolly.
isn't it?
It's like
No,
D-A-
it's
Type it.
Dolly.
See if it still works.
DAHLI. What
No.
did you just
I don't think any of that's
Dolly
correct.
Da
Anyways,
Da.
LI I think something.
just type
Didn't
in.
you just voice text it somehow? I don't know.
No. Kiss his
Uh,
boy.
oh, there it
Kiss
is.
his boy.
I'm so glad I didn't have to type it, so it won't be in my fucking
No, it's
related
still-
words.
Okay, hey, Joe Rogan. Probably don't use his. Actually, I feel like that might go bad.
Okay. And I blur out the kid's face.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
for his
'cause-
safety,
Yeah, like we'd be able to tell him between the other 4 billion kids that look just like
there's
him in
some
that country.
fucking creeper who could.
Dalai Lama kisses boy and asks him to suck his tongue. Oh yeah. What the?
Would
Oh,
you
Oh yeah.
That was creepy.
stop?
That was
Look
creepy.
at that.
Hey, did you
Hang on.
did you know like
This is the first time I've actually seen this video. I just heard about it.
I heard that Gandhi was a weirdo too.
Oh,
What the?
oh, it's real.
Fuck.
It's real. They actually issued an
the
apology. It's the
fuck?
first time a religious leader
Why?
has ever issued. Why?
No,
because
no,
he
no,
was-
no.
Why,
no,
That was
why
like-
would
that
they
was dumb.
apologize?
The fuck do you mean
I'm
why?
saying
He's
why?
like, that shit's normal as fuck.
Suck my tongue.
Yeah.
That's so
Anyway, so yeah, it's real.
fucking weird.
Oh my god, can you imagine that kid's dad?
Could you imagine that kid?
No, I'm thinking more about his dad. I don't know. His dad's like, oh, that mother. 'Cause he, you
On
know,
live TV,
the
you
guy-
son of a bitch.
the guy that he's been taught to idolize his whole life just violated his son.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine that.
Oh
actually.
man, that
Could you? Yeah, no.
Because you're taught that that guy is
Everything.
the line between you and
You're God.
salvation, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like
It's like
I almost said
you don't
"Bi-
suck. my
That's the
tongue,
line
you're going to
between you
hell."
and Jesus. that's how
Not even the right guy.
Western.
That's why I said you're God, not
Dalai
God.
Lama is the guy between that kid's dad and Jesus.
That kid's dad and their imaginary friend. Wait, sorry.
Oh
Ooh.
man.
But no, you know what's weird is when you really think about how like these groups get so big. Like there are so many different like religious groups that
Yeah.
have just gotten out of hand, and I'm always wondering how the fuck do you get there?
It's crazy.
Well, first, so let me tell you. First, you have to be a con man. Say you found a bunch of golden plates.
Yeah, and then read them out of a hat that no one else can read out of.
Yeah,
Got it.
exactly.
No. Well, we'll skip
You
that.
can't read these. You
that-
can't even see them. They're in my magic hat
Yeah.
You know
with my
what's
magic
crazy is
underwear.
There's not very many Jews at all, so that's good.
Wait, what?
There's a lot of Jews.
There's a fuck ton
No,
of Jews.
comparatively to the
I
population.
wonder why.
Well, because for one, they don't just
Mass genocide.
let anybody in.
Oh, it's a very secretive select
No,
group.
well, no, you have to work hard to get into Judaism. Where like
Well,
to
they
be
make
a-
you
to-
earn it. Yeah,
to be
they're
a
not
Mormon,
like
you can basically just say, "I want to be a Mormon." That's it.
yeah.
You show up to church once.
In your
Well,
Yeah.
that's how. No,
Mormon.
you have to be baptized.
You
yeah, but
can.
like you
and
just
that
sign
actually
up.
takes work.
You
That
have to
actually
be-
takes
it
work.
does.
Will you Google how many?
Not a
Most
lot.
most fucking kids
Jews
are
there
8
are.
years old. Don't even know what the fuck they're doing, and they get baptized. How does that take work?
Right.
Well,
No,
you
because
show up.
you still have to show up. Participating is still the.
but like you don't
the
have
effort
to
put
you
into
don't have
it.
to try that hard.
But
to
with
get into,
Judaism, you don't just have to show up. You have to learn.
you have to learn
to
it.
Educate
See, look at this.
yourself.
0.2% of the 8 billion worldwide population.
16 million people. 16 million people are Jews.
Any guess? Any guess how many that Mormons there are?
Too many.
Way more.
No,
than
I'm
that.
kidding.
Oh yeah, let's take a guess and look. Do you know it off the top of your head?
No, he's gonna
Okay, let's take a guess.
Is it? Are you literally looking at it on the bottom stats right there?
No,
No,
that's
what? No,
Jewish
that's-
population.
Oh, is
But,
That's Jewish population by country,
oh, we're in second
and
place.
obviously Israel
Is high.
is the number one because that's
But look how close we are. That's crazy.
yeah. Well, Israel's like
Well, we
Israel's like
saved
the,
most of the Jews from.
Israel's like the motherland
Yeah, it is.
or
It's
the sacred land. Sorry, it's the sacred,
It is the holy,
It's the
the
Holy Land.
The
the
Holy
original,
Land. That's
the
what, yeah.
OG of Jews.
Yep.
But yeah, 16 million Jews worldwide. That is not a lot.
Oh,
No, not really.
That is not.
so we
a lot.
taking bets on
Mormons.
Mormons.
I bet we're so far off.
I'm
but
gonna
it's-
say. I'm gonna say about 40% of the human population.
that's no.
that's too much.
no.
No.
You're
I
out
don't
of your
think that's
goddamn
it.
mind.
Catholics are
So you're
above
saying-
that.
you're saying like-
Catholics maybe.
Almost 4 billion people. You're saying like 3.4 billion.
There's like what 9 point something.
There's like just over 8
Billion.
billion on the Earth.
Yeah, 8 billion.
I thought it just recently reached 9.
No, it just recently reached 8 last year.
Oh, is it?
So
Yeah.
I would say
As of 2023, so
I would say
So the Catholic religion is by far the biggest.
350
Really?
million.
350 million Mormons.
That seems low.
I'm gonna say I mean, that's a pretty big number.
It's massive. Let's get real. That's a
'Cause
massive
that's-
number when you take into account of the amount of human beings in the world.
Yeah, but you're
It
talking
almost
Right,
seems
but you're
miserable.
talking the
that's
second biggest religion in the world.
Is Catholicism?
No, I'm talking Mormons.
I thought Mormons and Catholics were like
they're the second
neck and
biggest.
neck.
Well,
No,
they're Christian. They're Christians.
Hindus got to be like up there.
Oh, Hindu's got to be up there only because like
There's no
there's
way
so
more than
many people
second.
over in Asia.
There's
Most of our
okay.
population,
So,
the human
350
population's
million.
over in that
I'm
side of
gonna
the world.
say 200 million.
Yeah,
For
Yeah.
Mormons.
for
What do you think?
Mormons.
Mormons.
So we're
Then
gonna go off
Latter-day
Mormons.
Saint-
Mormons
Latter-day
alone.
Saints.
No, I'm gonna reach like if we'll go 500 million. That's me being like super
So you're
generous.
saying
I was
half
gonna
a
say
bill.
400.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I want to say
You're
I
with me
want
on
to say a
4.
billion people.
So 500, 400, 350, 200. Okay,
yeah.
let's see.
Okay.
Too many. We can.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just when you think about it, I'm like they're just so consistent. There's literally 300 and change million people in
Does
the
that say
U.S. alone.
17 million.
17 million.
Wow, we way
Barely.
overshot that.
No
Way.
fucking way.
Way overshot.
Barely more than Judaism.
Okay, that's crazy.
That
like,
blows my
I
mind.
was
I-
by, I was
I
by
did not
far
expect-
the lowest.
Well,
and I
and
wasn't
the
even
reason why
close.
I was going so high is like they're one of the religions that go out to other countries.
Yeah, they're one of the
Two.
biggest
'Cause one
religions
missionaries.
worldwide. I thought.
They get doors shut.
No,
in their
now
face
you
a
have to
lot.
look it up. What is the world's biggest religion? Which one's the biggest religion?
Catholicism.
I don't want to be too picky here, but we got to chill on talking over each other.
Sorry.
It's going to be so
I know. I
annoying
was trying to,
listen
I was
to.
trying to tell a story.
Say your,
and-
tell your story then.
no, it's-
We'll take a breather.
Um,
No,
I
no,
don't-
no.
I don't
Then
talk
your story
anyway.
was fucking pointless. Shut up. I love you.
Shit. Trevor, go.
Yeah, just tell us.
well, so essentially.
But I don't want to.
Jesus,
Go,
cunt.
that almost gave me a heart attack.
Well, let's finish our whole thing with religion.
Okay, really quick, Catholicism's number one.
Is it really?
Pick a number. Yeah, oh, easily.
What is
um,
Catholicism?
Catholics.
Catholics.
Really?
That was quite the puzzle.
Dude, like honestly, I'm just so used to like there's so many goddamn different names to call any religious group.
This-
Most of them are slurs, but
This is the one where you can start talking bills, right? Like billions.
really,
I think so.
I think so.
I think you can.
Look
I'm
it
gonna
up.
say
Is it because
I'm
there's
gonna
so
say
many
Catholicism's-
branches
it
of
just
it?
it's widely encompassing. Yes,
Well, Catholic.
but I'm
'Cause
gonna
it-
say
like, you have-
Catholicism's one, and then Hindu.
Hindu-
No,
Hindu-
Buddhist are two.
Buddhism.
Buddhism is number two.
Buddha,
Okay, so take a guess on the number for Catholics.
well, I don't know.
I'm gonna
After finding
go-
out Mormons are shit,
I wanna kinda
We
go
didn't just
low.
find that out.
I wasn't talking about their personalities.
I knew
I
the
was
first
talking
hit.
about their populace.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I
I'm
knew
gonna
this.
For a
say
group that's so fucking hated, you would think because they're everywhere. Man, I don't really hear from Catholics. I mostly hear from Mormons, and I'm like,
Well, look at where we are. You know, like
but
we're
here's
so.
the thing.
We
I
are
thought,
in
from my perspective,
Mormonville.
my
Well, the
perspective, I thought they were.
It is your perspective. Picture somebody in like rural China.
Oh no,
you
they're
know.
immediately Buddhist of some sort.
Well, I'm not saying like what they are. I'm just saying a lot of them probably have no clue what a Mormon is. Okay, pick a number. Pick a number for Catholics
for Catholics,
worldwide.
I'm gonna stick again with my.
You can go with
No.
half bill again. I think it's bigger.
I don't know. I'm after this. I think it's less
It's
because they're so hated. They're like the Mormons. No one likes them.
there's too many of them.
I thought that too, but evidently they're barely beating the Jews.
The thing
See,
is,
you know what?
And populace. They better not be beating the Jews.
Okay, pick a number.
they've had enough.
I'm gonna go with 40 mil.
40
40
million
million?
Well,
Catholics.
these
That's a-
motherfuckers are.
That's
You're
low.
out. That's
that is way low.
Way
Really?
low.
I know
It's-
you're trying to compensate because we're fucking.
We got fucked with the
I'm gonna
Mormons.
say.
Okay.
I'm
let's-
gonna kick. I'm gonna say 2.5 billion.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going that high? I don't feel it.
I'm gonna go 1 bill.
1
billion?
bill. Holy
Okay.
fuck.
I'm gonna say 500 mil.
Okay. All right. Now we got a game going here. Let's see.
Yep.
All right. This is like the weirdest lottery.
You don't have to put fucking in front of Catholics there. 1.3
3
billion.
billion. Oh my
Holy
god.
fuck.
That's a fuck
Yeah,
ton
Zach
of
was the
people.
closest. Okay, Zach
Yeah.
wins.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
1.3 billion.
You're
is,
way too
It's
happy about
way
that.
bigger than 40,000.
And that-
Yeah.
But see, the thing
Or
about
40 million. Sorry.
I was like 40,000. I could tolerate them.
Yeah. I could tolerate that.
the thing about with the Catholic Church is there's so many branches.
Do you know what I'm starting to think though? I'm starting to think that
is
I'm
there?
starting to think Buddhist might be number one.
Divided into individual churches.
Well, yeah, there's branches of everything though.
Yeah.
Not really with the
yeah.
Mormons.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, they have different sections.
Yeah.
No.
No, it's the Latter-day Saint, the fucking
Catholics.
LDS.
There's other Mormons.
They are not.
They're not branched like this.
Well, they're not in so many groups, but there's
It's
a lot
not
of them.
as many branches, but there's not as many.
No.
Oh, maybe that one group is Catholic, and I never.
There
thing
is
is-
there is only one recognized that the church will recognize. Like Catholicism
The
will
Latter-day
all
Saints.
go to
One.
the Vatican.
Okay,
That is
yeah.
like
You know what's crazy? As I thought the Vatican was
all-
more than I thought.
they're-
Like Mormons and Catholics both did the Vatican.
there is only one
I
recognized.
know that's how ignorant I
Fucking
am.
idiots.
Ignorant, not idiotic.
There is
Oh,
only one recognized
that's pretty
LDS
dumb.
group
It was dumb.
that will go to an LDS temple and
Okay.
has
Same
temple
God.
recommends.
Mhm.
That's why I don't.
There
care.
is another sect of LDS that people know about. It's the fundamental
Right.
the fundamental Latter-day Saints, and they are the ones who are like, no,
But they're
I
not.
kind of like having 5 mother-in-laws.
But they're not recognized by the church.
No, because
Oh, okay.
they are not recognized by
Right, the polygamist.
Okay.
the 12 apostles
Okay.
and the prophet.
So now I'm looking at this number. There's a lot of people in the world. I'm starting to think that
There's 8 billion.
Anyway.
I'm getting mad.
Oh my God! One day we're gonna you're gonna come in and be like, I have a tumor.
I have a tumor.
I have a tumor.
They said it,
You
I'm
know?
just waiting
They-
for the vein to pop in his head.
I go to the doctor. They're like, "Do you get like really pissed off like once a week?"
He's like,
I'm
how stressed
"Yeah."
are you?
So anyway, I'm starting to think that. Now I can't remember. I was so mad for a second.
There's a lot of
So
people
you know
in the
what?
world.
Actually, after this,
What's
I
the
want to say
religion? Buddhism. I bet Buddhism might be number one.
I think so too. Now,
Should we just look up
Top.
top?
I want to.
Origins.
I want to guess this one, and then we'll look up.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and say 2 billion
for
Buddha.
Buddhism?
Yeah, dude, they're just. It's
Two-
such a
2
huge
2 million or 2 billion?
2 bill. 2 and a big B
I'm gonna say 2.5.
again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm an undercut. 1.9.
No, you're so wrong.
I'm
Price
gonna
is Right
say-
rules.
I'm gonna say 800 million.
Okay. I think Buddhism's number. I thought because
Do you want to know why I think this? You guys want to know why? It's because the largest population is in Asia, and one of the
Whoa. Okay. All right. So Catholicism is number one.
what? No
Yep.
fucking
Can
way.
you just like pull up like a
Okay,
top
now
10
bring.
of
That's what I was
them
gonna
all?
do.
Yeah. Now bring up the list.
And again, I was closest on that one. I said 400 million.
Yep. You were.
You said
way the
800.
closest.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, 800 million.
Oh, I was still the closest.
Yeah, you were still closer.
Check the tape. We
Play
can
it
prove it.
back.
Oh, I was like, we can this time.
Yeah, it's actually recording. Top bottoms.
I was gonna. I was gonna. I was gonna type top.
Yeah.
I was gonna type top 10 religions.
Does that say Tiffany Wilson's stepsis?
Dude, I don't know what's on here.
Hold on.
Oh,
hold on.
don't play it
Go
like-
back. There was something like DP. Like Lord
I don't
something
fucking
DP.
know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Protestantism.
Oh, really?
I
the
don't
hell's
know what
that?
that is.
Protestants.
Protestants. Oh.
It's all right. I can't even see it.
Okay.
blind.
Catholicism.
All right, here
Generic
you go.
Christian. Oh.
Major. Let's go to Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
Wickle.
I don't care about classifications. I just want largest religious groups.
Yeah.
Christianity, 2.4 billion. Okay.
Wow, that
But
one
I wanna
kinda
know-
jumped
I
all
wanna
of a
know-
sudden from 1.3 to
Well, no,
2.
that's just Christianity in general.
That's
that
all
includes
encompassing.
Mormons, Catholics, everyone who believes
and-
that Jesus Christ is a savior.
See,
Oh.
and I bet you, like most other Christian faith, are like we don't want to be included with them.
Well, and see, that's where you get your
Jews.
segregation.
Jews are Christians.
Are they really?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
way too
If
broad.
you believe in Christ,
That's
you're a Christian.
Way too broad.
Yeah, that's just like
Way too broad of
by
of a-
region.
just go up to that first list. That one's better.
This
By
is
the
just
United
this is the
States.
United States.
Oh, in the United States. Well, it's a country that matters.
America.
I mean,
Well, it's the country that matters. Hand out one. Christian denomination. I don't care about.
okay, so this is just gonna become a nightmare. So don't let's.
You Googled in the United States, you idiot.
You
oh,
did.
yeah,
actually.
you did. You did put.
Fucking. No wonder why this is not working.
You're right.
Oh.
Okay. Well, we
Which
got
religion is
same
number one in
kind
the
of
world?
list.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Okay, I want
That doesn't make sense.
I want denominations,
Right.
not
Catholicism.
But this
Mormon.
this doesn't make sense to me in the regards that they're like, is it saying it's like the oldest religion? Because that would be false. 'Cause-
I guess
No,
Judaism
it's not
is
saying
its own thing.
oldest. It just said biggest.
The big five.
well, I thought I read like it said it's also one of the oldest. I was like, I can see it
Okay,
being one
the
of the
10
oldest. but
largest
not the-
religions in the world. Okay, I'm done. I'm not
Okay.
I'm
yeah,
not gonna be able to
get
find
the-
this
Get the fuck out of that.
because it's just gonna be Christianity. Okay, there are.
other
Branches.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, the two known are like the two big ones in Christianity: Mormons, Catholics.
And I guess Jews now.
Like, I was wrong.
No.
Jews are Judaism,
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess that makes more sense.
Judaism.
Because it's like
but they believe in Christ. So that's what I was like. But they don't think Christ is the savior,
no. Yeah.
and they believe God is mean.
Mean.
I mean, technically, if you read the book, it basically talks about how they were slaves, and they were.
Do you think Trevor thinks that when he gets up and looks in the mirror in the morning? God is mean.
I mean, I do every morning.
What?
I do every
Oh,
morning.
you do.
Why?
Because I look at my bank account. I look at how many bills I own. I'm like,
That's not God.
sucks.
I thought you make $1 million a day.
No, let's go back
Mr.
here.
CDL.
Fuck.
That doesn't mean I
It's a meme.
want to pay bills.
It's a goddamn meme. Let's go back. That is not God's fault for you being broke as fuck.
It is.
No, it's not. You want to know why?
It is.
'Cause-
He didn't let me win the goddamn fucking lottery the 19 times I played it in my life.
Okay, that's dumb as shit.
There's
No.
probably people more deserving than him.
Yeah, let's go ahead and just.
Oh, you
the
mean
reason you're poor is because rich people make you poor. Their objective is to make you pay too much
okay?
for
Who,
simple
who made
services.
them rich?
Us,
Okay, who made me?
your parents.
Okay, go follow this line all the way back.
Genetics. I don't know.
You believe in God. You follow this line all the way fucking back. Whose fault is it? Who started?
Everything.
Who started all of this?
Okay, you could
a
say
man
that.
and a woman.
You could say that, I guess, in a way, it is
Dad
God's
busting.
fault, but at
Actually,
the same
you know
time,
what?
it's not, because you can do so many things to
Dumping.
fix it.
You know what? I just realized something.
What?
Do you know in the Mormon religion, it is believed that if you make it to the highest kingdom, because apparently heaven is
There's
The
7
levels
of them,
and
right?
shit.
there's levels, and hell isn't even hell. It's just called outer darkness.
Yeah.
Isn't there purgatory too?
Yes,
no, in the
limbo.
Mormon religion there is a hell.
There's not hell. It's outer. It's outer.
They don't believe in
They-
hell.
Well, I guess there there
they
is hell.
quote it multiple times in the Bible.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Yeah, but
Depends
no
on which
one,
group
no
you hang out
one.
with.
There's only been like very few people. Not even Hitler in the Mormon religion. Not even Hitler went to hell.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep. According to the Mormon religion, to go to hell, you have to have a full understanding
Of the religion.
of God. You have to have seen God and
And
denied him.
And still denied him.
Which
Okay,
is
so
interesting,
mass
'cause-
genocides are acceptable. Got it.
There is. I can only name one person in the Bible that went to hell.
Lucifer.
Lucifer didn't go to hell. He was a fallen angel. He
But he's
he never
in hell.
lived like we did.
Mr. Kane.
If you guys
Cain.
all want to clear this up, you
never-
can
Cain.
watch Little Nicky.
Oh my God.
Makes it pretty clear cut.
I fucking
But
Cold
anyway,
cut.
so in the Mormon religion, you can be like if you make it to the highest kingdom, what is it called?
Celestial.
The celestial kingdom. You will be a god.
How
and
many
you-
people make it there?
None,
I
because
mean-
most of them are pedophiles by that time.
I mean, you live long enough to. So I'm gonna quote a movie
Yeah,
here.
oh, I thought you were saying if you
No.
live long enough, you just end
No.
up doing that. And I'm all like, no, no, you don't.
No, you.
That's
was
not
gonna
a
qu- I
thing
was
that
gonna
just
quote something.
happens.
You either live long enough. What was the quote? It was from
I know what you're talking about. It's
it was from a Spider.
Oh,
They
God.
say it in Spider-Man. They say it in Batman. They
it's
say
something about like living long enough to see yourself become.
The thing that you hate the most.
Yeah,
see yourself to become the villain.
Yeah, die the hero. Either die the hero or live
Live
long
long
enough
enough.
to become the villain. That's
Yep.
it. Yep.
Anyway, so you get to the celestial kingdom, and then you will become a god of your own
World and
world
blah blah blah.
and stuff. And I'm like, huh.
That's why there's so many planets.
Yeah, I think that's
why.
so stupid.
We have
I just want to know.
9.
I want to know
Now we
what
have 8.
fucker is the one who made it to our god, because he's doing a bad job.
Oh shit!
Jesus Christ! You know what?
We know who's going to hell now.
You know him? You denied him?
You
No.
denied
All right. Enough with the religion shit.
He even just read the rule book, and he's like, and he still did it.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like Family Guy. You're Brian in Family Guy. You've literally met Jesus multiple times, still an atheist.
Yep, that's right.
You know
Doesn't
what?
make
I just
any
realized
fucking
that.
sense.
It's like he's like, nope, you don't exist.
Well,
But I've seen you come do.
You've literally come to
miracles.
my house. You've lived on my couch. You know, shit like that. And Brian's like, nah, God's done. No, fuck that.
well, you guys want to
Met
lighten the
death.
mood a little bit?
I was
Yeah.
having, I was actually
So
fun with the end of this one.
I
But
was
Trevor's
like,
got a
okay.
story.
Well, it's not necessarily a story. It's like it's one thing that I've been doing a lot lately when I'm at work.
Sleeping.
Masturbating,
Oh, I wish I could
eating. You what?
be sleeping.
Right. now?
Dumping.
Oh, you want to be sleeping right now, huh?
No. So
He's-
I'll be like out and about. I'll go into Hoback to get food during lunch and shit. There's been a lot of construction lately, and like it.
Weird.
slowed-
It's like you work for a construction company.
Well, I'm not part of that construction.
He's
like,
not
"Fuck."
road construction. There's a goddamn difference.
There's a difference.
Those people
We're
hate
building
the people who build houses.
He gets there.
They're building the road.
He gets there. He's like, every day with this shit.
Well, so I look at him like, job having pieces of shit. Just like anybody that's got a job, I just like it's just something that's funny to me. I just look at him like, God, fucking job having pieces of shit.
Biden would love you.
Why?
He wants everyone just living off the state.
No, I'm saying like you're a job having piece of shit. Like I just think it's funny.
You
It's
sound
just-
like a
I
liberal.
don't know. You know what they don't have though?
$1 million a day?
Yeah,
Their
they don't
CDL?
have their CDL.
You know what? They probably do have a CDL of some kind.
A few of them do.
The one
Yeah.
hold,
I was
listen,
all like,
listen, the
those
one-
big ass tractors, you need a license.
Listen, I want you to know the ones holding the sign probably didn't graduate high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? I got to give those guys credit.
No- no
Those
offense
men
to
and
you there,
women are
Trevor.
awesome in the regards that I'm like, you have zero ambition or you have just patience
Like
of
the
a god.
beggars, is that what you're referring to?
What did you say?
Or are you
No,
referring
literally
to
like
like
the-
the people like with the closeout signs?
No, like
No,
the
like the stop.
the
go.
stop,
Oh,
slow
Jesus Christ.
sign turners. That's all. they do.
Oh,
We're
he
talking
said-
about construction
he
work.
said
He's
you-
all like those goddamn filthy pauper begging bastards
Them
on the
fucking homeless poors.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
They
He
have a
said-
job.
he
I
said
just call them a piece of
flaggers.
shit.
Yeah, the flaggers.
Oh,
I
when
think
I could hear it came in after the GGERS. I was like, what? 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 did you-
GG. What?
Just think about it a second. You'll get it.
Oh, well. Anyway.
Oh, you should.
Oh. I don't think that's right either.
I don't think it's right. But that's the word that's always on his mind.
I was
so.
like, GGR. What?
No, GGERS is what I was like.
Mm.
There's not two G's in flaggers. There's not two G's in flaggers, but I
Naggers.
naggers. Yep.
Oh,
Baggers.
you guys are terrible. Anyway, I think the flaggers are really just rather the most ambitious, or not ambitious, most patient, or just zero ambition. I'm
like-
still proud of them because if you can stand out in just the worst weather with a fucking sign for hours telling people, go, don't go, slow the fuck down.
I've legit.
I'm impressed
seen-
with that. I'm all like, you have so much and nothing. You just got nothing going.
I just don't. I'm not impressed by it at all.
I am because I'm like, you're
I'm
like
not.
Because
a,
you know what they do now? They got replaced by stoplights, portable stoplights.
Yeah, that's what we have for our service road.
Hey, everyone gets outdated.
Yeah,
know-
that's true. That's true. You do get outdated. That's
Man,
I mean,
whenever-
artists are still pissed about the AI. Or
I do feel bad for the so coming back from Aberdeen, well, going to and from Aberdeen this week when I was at work, the highway is down to one lane and they have those flaggers with pilot trucks. Well, usually you would think might do like 2-mile sections at a time. No, they did like a 40-mile section.
Jesus Christ.
And I
That would
feel bad for
suck.
that flagger. I do feel bad for them because I also hated looking at his face when I was front in line and waited there for an hour
Yeah.
to go.
But the fact is, he was standing out there for an hour while you sat on your ass.
hour.
Oh.
And
Sat in my
he was
ass
making-
in a
he's
truck where
getting
the AC doesn't work.
he doesn't have AC and he has the sun beating down on him too.
he
Yeah, but
accepted
he's
the
also
job.
not in a closed box. He gets the
You
nice
can roll down the
breeze.
fucking window.
Yeah, no, that don't fucking help.
He's right. It doesn't.
You can open the door.
That
I did.
doesn't-
You know what? I did open the door. I did open the door and I stood outside and went.
This sucks.
I looked at him and was like, "This sucks." And then I went behind my truck and took a piss.
He waited for an hour and had the time to piss behind his truck, and there wasn't anyone behind him. That's
Dude.
weird to me.
Between my truck and trailer, no one would see
oh,
that.
okay. I thought you meant like behind. I was like, what the fuck? Why would you do that?
You guys just reminded me of something that happened to me yesterday. I almost pissed my pants on the road.
Did you?
Yeah, I was coming back from Boise, made a normal pit stop, went in, got a drink, pack of gum,
Didn't piss.
took a piss,
Oh, did.
did take a piss, went out, got in my truck, stretched around for a second, took off, got on the road. 25 minutes later, I'm not even kidding you, it hits me
Again.
I'm like, how is this possible? I'm making myself have to pee just talking about it. And like I'm driving along and I'm like, I have to pee again. Like, what the fuck, And then I'm driving past all the places that are like not truck friendly or like
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not going to be able to get in and out of easily or whatever. And finally, I'm like, whatever the next exit is, I'm taking it, right? Like, I've got to fucking pee. And I take this exit in Burley to this Love's, which is like you take the exit and loop around, then you have to make a left and then turn into it.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting behind, I'm not even kidding you, like 4 semi trucks and like 3 cars.
You're like, they all
Trying
had
to
to pee
turn
too.
left. Trying to turn left on a busy highway. At
Oh,
one point, I'm sitting
no.
there and I'm looking, I'm panicking. I'm holding it, I'm pinching it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. I was about to, in the middle of traffic, pop the brakes, jump out, and pee on the side of the road because I was going to fucking piss my pants. And I'm serious. It almost made me feel like there's a God because something gave me the power
To hold
to
it.
hold it and not
hold
piss myself.
fucking
And I was gonna piss myself. And I gotta pee so bad now.
You know what's the worst is when you've been holding your piss for so long, and then you're like, I can't pee. It hurts. I can't pee though.
I have
Never
I've
happened to me.
never had
You
that.
guys
No,
have
what's
never
happened to
happened
me-
I've
that?
had it.
What's
where-
happened to me was
Well, like after sex, sometimes
You can't
you're
pee.
Well, you're still fucking hard.
I can pee when I'm hard.
I don't know, dude. After sex, mine just goes.
Quitter.
I did it. I did it. We're done. The show's over.
No, dude.
You do not get a rain check on this.
Well, you can get a rain, but I don't know if you want it. You
No, see, for me, I gotta pee so bad, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm just gonna hold it. I just gotta do this one thing, and I go to lift something, and it goes,
Little piddle.
bleep, and I'm like,
Piddle.
damn it!
really see mine?
It's not like full on piss in my pants. It's like 2 little drops come out, just enough for me to go.
Uh
You
oh.
feel it run down
Fuck.
your leg.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of just.
It's a little dab.
A little dibble. A little dabble dibble.
But see, that's the thing. That's crazy to me that you're just like, no. The second I pee. But no,
then-
like you've never held it for so long that
Is
like
it-
by the time you actually got to where you needed to go,
Is it
And
'cause,
you're just like,
you're
I
in
can't
public,
piss.
or is it that you're at your house? Like when does this happen?
it
to
happens
you?
like all the time. If I'm holding it, it doesn't matter if I'm at home. It doesn't
Really?
matter if
I
I'm
don't know why
public.
you would hold that at home.
But I'm like, I can't piss now. I have to piss, can't piss. It's like it's
I have never had that issue.
well, and then the fact that you guys are like, it just gets out of you, and I'm like, no, it doesn't. That does not happen to me. Like if I'm not gonna pee, I'm not gonna.
Like,
fucking
No,
pee.
I've held it.
If I've got to pee, I gotta fucking pee.
See, but I don't even have to pinch it. Nothing. I'm just like I can hold it. But the problem is like it's not the holding, because it hurts after a while. Because
Right.
that's just how that works. But yeah, after a minute, like I'm just like, if I keep holding this, I won't be able to go, and I'll be stuck.
Nope.
In
See,
this weird
Yeah, I
I'll do
don't.
that.
struggle to get it to
I've
go.
never had that. It just forces its way out.
See, and
Well,
that's
I'll
crazy.
hold it to
Mine,
the point where when I do pee, it comes out like a fucking fire hose and actually hurts
Yeah.
because it's just like
Because it's not
Pressure
coming
released.
from a fire hose.
yeah. See, that's
Yeah.
what's
It's coming
weird.
from a straw.
it's coming from a straw with fucking 200 psi fucking water pressure.
I have another fun story from this week. So
All
that
right.
was the end of the week. Beginning of the week. Not pee related this time.
Caca related.
No. I
Then this is
came back from my run to Pocatello and Soda Springs on Monday. And every day I come back and I fuel up the truck before I take it back to the
yard.
yard. Yeah. And so I pull up to Flying J off of the freeway there in Idaho Falls.
Yeah.
I pull up, and as I pull up, I notice there's a lot of like bees or wasps around the pumps, like everywhere.
So
Hate 'em.
this time of the year, this is when like people, I don't know why, beginning of the year and then sometimes in the summer, people will move bees, like they'll transport them. It's really stupid, especially in the heat because they die. But also a lot of bees move their nests.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he was sitting there like around a trash can.
It was, yeah,
They
it's,
like
it's
yeast.
stinky and there's lots of spills and stuff like that. I'm thinking that's what it was. Because you think diesel would be off putting, but
Well, it'll
the
kill
smell
them.
of the other stuff, obviously is attracting them. And I pull up and I see them like everywhere, but I don't really think much of it. I kind of think like, I always thought, you don't fuck with them. Generally, they're not going to fuck with you too much.
Right.
Unless you
and
stink.
I get out and for whatever reason, the process of like swiping your card and getting fuel for these trucks anymore is like a 10-question survey,
It is.
Did you know that you have to get authorized? Like if you
Regulations.
go inside, they start printing out authorization codes. Maverick does that now. It's weird to me.
Weird.
Well, the thing is with them, where they're commercial drivers, they have cards that they have to do. It's
At
not
the
like,
pump, they can also go inside. I worked at a gas station. You know this, right? For 5 years.
So no, what Blake is saying is when we
But did
pay
you
at
have
the
to get their
pump,
driver
Guys,
ID
I'm
and
telling
all
you
that?
right now, I know what the fuck you do. Continue. I was just
See?
saying that now
Anyways.
Maverick does this authorization
Yeah.
code thing.
It was a side story. I get
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I get out, swipe the card, get ready for the
Driver ID,
driver ID, mileage.
odometer
Do you want
reading.
DEF? Do you want this? Do you want? And they even ask, do you want DEF? And then, do you want bottled DEF? Like, what the fuck? Like
You
all
gotta
these,
go inside.
all these questions, truck number, all this stuff. It's crazy.
do you want is it a tractor or a trailer or a reefer?
Right, yeah, it's so many steps. And I get out and I'm like 2 or 3 into this and like these bees are like
Buzzing.
and I don't know if they're bees or wasps. I'm just saying whatever. And they're like landing on me and like touching my head and shoulder and like all and I start kind of like taking
Getting-
I take my hat off and I'm kind of, I'm like this is making me like a little uncomfortable, right? Out of nowhere, dive bomb from the right-hand side just boom, right there. And I mean, there's not a land
It's just
and a
run
beat.
into you.
and then a sting, just dive bomb, boom, stings my jaw.
Yeah, it's because you swiped at him.
I don't know because
that's
like no, I wasn't being aggressive. I was just like, wow,
That's
is
aggressive to them.
They were already being aggressive though.
So bees are dumb in the aspect that they'll land on anything.
yeah,
And so since you're standing there, they'll just land on you.
yeah,
They'll do it
And
to animals. They'll do it to everyone. Everything and everyone. So they're not actually trying to be aggressive. They just, you have salt on you when you sweat. They're
Yeah.
after like sweets and shit like that. They're trying to get energy to keep going.
I'm just saying, I've been around groups of bees
And
before.
they've never
They
landed.
weren't quite acting like these ones. These ones were a little bit over the top.
They were
and then
being
boom,
aggressive.
They might have been aggressive.
lands and like the swelling just went down. It's been my cheek has been swollen like I got my wisdom teeth out all weekend.
Oh, really?
Or all week. Yeah, just out here. And so it stings me there, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I actually get up and I pull
The
the
stinger
stinger out of my jaw. And then I'm like, God damn it! I almost gave up and just like got in the truck and left. And I had left the door open for too long, so there's like 2 or 3 in the cab, and I'm like getting them out of there. And then I was like, no, while I'm here, I might as well just get it, you know.
Yeah.
And so I get out to continue, and from the left side, I'm not even kidding you, boom, right here,
So
stings me on the opposite side on my jaw
so
again.
this sounds like you would just happen to come about when these bees were already pissed
Dude,
off.
these cunty bees, like, and this one got me good. And this one, I guess I was already on edge, so it stung, and I like knocked it off so fast that this side didn't. It was red, but didn't really swell. This side was red and like
Swollen.
swollen, and it
That one
was
had
like
time
that
to
for
eat.
days. I've only just looked normal today,
Wow, that's crazy.
and it stung so bad. It hurt so bad,
dude.
for
Oh yeah.
hours.
Dude,
I was like, "What in the fuck is this week, dude?" It was so crazy, and
That's crazy.
You know,
I,
I
feel
don't
bad.
remember the last time I was stung by a bee. I know. I mean,
Oh,
I've
I
been
know.
bitten by wasps
I'm telling
plenty
you,
of times.
I've
But
been
not
stung by a
bees.
bee or a wasp or whatever stings you. I've been stung 3 times in my entire life up until that day. I damn near doubled it in 60 seconds
Dude, that's crazy.
because it happened, and then I almost gave up, and 30 seconds later it happened on this side. Within less than a minute, I got stung twice. I was like,
So-
what the fuck
Do you know what I
is
keep in
this?
my bag for work? I literally keep wasp spray.
Do you really?
Oh fuck yeah, dude! I don't like. I'm not like. I'm scared of them. It's like that subconscious, like, you know, I see him and I'm like, fuck this, and I'm out. I'll fucking run away from him and be like, okay, I'll scurry on back. Like, oh,
Yeah.
good. I
See, I have
it's just crazy.
and so now I
think
get to the
about.
point now where I'm just like, I keep it with me and I'm like, oh, there's fucking hornets around here. I go out and you see me with that fucking fog, and
Yeah.
then all the
You
fucking
keep
wasps.
that on you, huh?
Yep.
That's crazy.
He's like, "It's my gliggy."
This is crazy because you got attacked actually by bees. Literally, I think it was Thursday or Wednesday night. I'm on the toilet, you know, in my basement, going to the bathroom.
Just kill another kitten.
No, fuck you. But like, out of the corner of my eye, I see something rustle across the ground. I'm like, what the fuck? I look down, and it's a fucking 50-cent piece sized brown recluse spider.
Wow.
Just charging me. I hop out of there. I'm Heisman. Like, boom. Right?
Wow. I'm surprised you knew that
Yeah,
term.
I'm so surprised.
That is
Anyway,
wild.
I'm like,
that surprised
boom.
me.
And I'm mad as hell now because I'm like, how fucking dare you? First off, this is my house. You're an
Was
invader.
it
And like he tried to attack me. And
was
I'm
it a
like,
brown recluse or was
Yeah.
it a hobo?
No, it was brown recluse.
Okay. I mean, they're the same like species of spider.
Are they?
They are.
Do you know what the
Well-
Heisman is?
It's a position. It's like the pose, isn't it?
Oh, no,
And it's a
see.
trophy.
And there
Okay,
it goes.
It's a trophy. There we go.
Oh, okay. Because
That
I've always
goes-
noticed as the position, like the
The trophy
stance.
that goes to whom?
I don't give a
Super
fuck.
Bowl winner.
I wasn't asking
No.
if you cared. I was asking if you knew.
Not a clue.
I hate
Is it college?
answer. That makes me so mad.
I don't care.
I
Oh wait,
hate
no,
it
isn't it like
so
the
much.
MVP of the entire series?
What series?
Like the
Football?
NFL football.
No.
You
Or-
don't like my answer,
wait.
but he's giving you a
Yeah.
bunch of rattled shit.
No,
Well,
he,
I'm
no, it's a
trying to
good
figure
guess.
it out.
It's a good. It's
We're
a good guess.
guessing.
Okay. I
Um,
mean, fair. But
um,
you're just upset that I just don't
Is it
know.
college?
Nor
I was
care.
no, I wasn't upset
Yes.
that you don't
Okay.
know. I get upset when I ask somebody a question. They say, "Oh, I don't care," and I was like, I was asking to see if you knew, not whether you gave a shit about it or not.
That's
Right.
fair. That's a
I'm
fair
like,
statement.
Yeah,
But anyway, yeah.
Ew.
So that spider tried to attack me, and so I fucking killed it.
good.
But then the very
Fuck
next
that
day,
spider.
another motherfucker. I was all,
you
but
put
this
some
time I
traps
wasn't
down?
in the bathroom, or I was still in the bathroom, but I wasn't like doing anything. I was just going in there real quick to grab like, I think a spray,
Yeah.
because this old lady in my house keeps trying to burn the fucking place down. Because she's just old and she doesn't remember anything, so she just leaves shit on the oven, and
Yeah.
then it catches fire. And then she's like, I didn't do that. I'm like, no one else cooks here anymore. This is you.
Wow.
Yeah,
Just throw your grandma under the bus there. Just
that's not my grandma.
oh.
Yeah,
This old
It's,
lady that lives there.
Yeah, I just
was like,
want
he
to be
must
rude.
be really pissed if he's like referring to his
He's
grandma.
denounced his grandma. as
No.
This old lady.
I love my grandma.
So
She's
who's the
amazing.
old lady?
She is my grandmother's brother's wife.
Okay.
My grandmother's brother is dead.
Yeah. So
So-
her sister.
No, see, I
Yeah.
really thought you were talking about your grandma. I'm like, wow.
No,
Wow, this is
I was
kinda-
doing my best to be like polite and shit because I don't have anything nice to say. But anyway, she's always trying to like. I had to unplug the oven last night because of it. Like,
Like, I don't want to wake up in the middle of a fucking house
I don't
fire.
want to wake up in the middle of a house fire because my dad's on
Choking on
oxygen,
smoke.
so it's not going to be just like a simple house fire. It's going to be a big fucking boom.
Boom.
Yeah, it's gonna be you running out. being
Well,
like-
if I get the chance, I won't be able to get out of the fucking. I'm in the basement, so everything on the main floor is on fucking fire. Guess who's screwed? This guy. Now I
Yeah.
could probably crawl out a window, but that doesn't change the fact that I would be out of a home, and I would
Yeah.
still be super pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, not going into that. Not going into that. But there was another spider the next night, and I was like,
Okay.
motherfuckers. And now I'm like, I'm
So
gonna
you
bug
should've
bomb
just
the
burned-
shit out of the place,
I should've burned it
and
down.
no, because again, I live there. I'm a logical human being.
The,
I'm
the,
scared
the
of
old
spiders.
lady, the old lady tried. Okay.
She tried. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
used to go and get like the dollar spider traps like once a year. I'd go and
Like the ones you
replace
just
them.
kind of stick in a corner.
Yeah, you just or you put one behind the toilet, one under the bed, just in like weird little
areas.
dark spots, and under the kitchen sink, and then like you just go and check on them, and then you can kind of really get an idea of how many spiders are really in your house.
And where they're coming from.
Yeah,
You know, I've not seen a
behind the
spider
toilet
in my
was a
house.
big one.
Huh?
Behind the toilet was a big one.
It's because of the moisture.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
I
and
have
if
not
you,
seen a spider in my house since I moved in.
because your wife's killing them
Knock
all.
on
She's
wood.
all like,
Dude, that tells me that there's like
But I know,
poltergeists in there.
I know there's spiders somewhere. I just haven't seen them.
Yeah.
Oh,
see, and the thing is like, if you live in a basement, you can't leave clothes and shit on the ground because that's just the breeding grounds of insects.
Cuddle and cuddle under them and just lay in them.
wait, what?
So that's what.
Clean clothes when you lay in like clean clothes.
No,
Have you ever
I'm
done
saying.
that?
I know,
No, I'm
but
saying.
he's-
You leave clothes on the ground. That is like they'll be like, ooh,
Oh,
hidey spot.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna cuddle
Fuck
up under
that.
here.
All I heard was I'm gonna cuddle up.
Yeah, he was talking the
So
spiders.
the fucking
basically.
yeah.
But no, like now that you guys have said that, have you ever like washed all your clothes and then just threw them on your clean floor? Obviously,
yeah.
I have a clean floor. I can't not.
That's where I
No,
fold
Anyway,
my
and then
laundry.
you're just like laying them, or you like throw them on your bed and you just like lay in them because you're just like
Oh,
they're
'cause they're
nice
warm.
and warm.
Yeah,
Oh.
100%.
Okay.
And yeah, you just have that moment. You're
I
like,
don't put them on.
it's
the
like an
floor.
impulse thing. Well, no, because like I said, it's an impulse thing. It's like it's weird. Like sometimes I'm just like, this is an intrusive thought that has won today.
Yeah,
I got
you
no.
just
I've
roll up in them and you're
not
like,
with
"Oh."
clothes.
I was like, I've
I've
done
never
it.
like thrown them on the bed and like jumped on them, but I've like taken like towels or blankets out of the dryer and been like,
wrap yourself up in
oh,
them.
that feels good.
I don't know. I don't feel.
good.
I don't feel it, like the same way when it's like blankets and shit. I'm more like,
Yeah, for some reason it's
it's
like
not the same.
you get to roll around in your clothes and it's like you're not supposed to, so it's better.
Yeah, it's almost
So
So
dirty.
I can touch on
Well,
your
especially if you
spider
haven't had a shower.
topic. I've fixed it by now, I believe, but it was weird during the winter. I was having an ant problem in
That
my
doesn't
house.
surprise me.
problem.
That doesn't surprise me because
they
if they're
had-
living in like your basement walls and shit like that, or if they're already in your house,
They were living under the foundation of my house,
and it's already warm.
and they were coming up into the, because I have a kid who likes to throw food in just every place.
Everywhere, yeah.
I go found some or cat food. They loved cat food, but I walked into the kitchen and I just saw like
An army.
the
of them.
ground moving. There was so many of them. I'm like, oh, gross. I stomped on all of them and killed them all. But I finally was like, I got to go buy some
ant traps and
ant
shit.
traps. Well, they're not traps.
And
There's
it's
like the
spray.
poisoning stuff.
Yeah, and so I bought them and I set them out and everything. And my mother-in-law threw them away the first time. And I'm like, hey, why'd you throw them away? She's like, oh, they were going in and out, no problem. And it wasn't killing them. I'm like, that's what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
It don't instantly kill them. What it does is they take it because it smells good and tastes good, and they take it down to their queen, and they're like, "Here, queen," and she's like, "Oh, nom nom nom,"
And dies.
Dead.
and then dies. But it's not like one little bit's gonna
And
kill her.
she's like, these aren't working for shit. And she just throws them.
That's what she was like. These aren't
the-
working for shit, so I'm gonna throw them away. I'm like, no, you gotta leave them out for like a week,
Yeah. They take
Yeah.
a
and then
while.
suddenly they like, I
They're
told her
gone.
that, and then it started thinning and thinning and thinning out to the point that don't happen now. And it might have been because it got warm enough that they're like, oh, we can go.
Elsewhere.
go outside
now.
But I mean, at the same time,
I
it's
would
not
still
my
throw
house
them
anymore.
outside at that point too, because you're just like, fuck that. Ants are a bitch, dude. Once they're in, they're in. Like they'll dig out grout, they'll dig up everything.
But so touching on that clothes on the ground thing, I had left some clothes on the ground, just my pair of pants for the day I wore before. I was like, I got another day in these because it was my Monday the day before, and I did not do anything at work. I
yeah,
hardly worked because it was like a 300 case day. So I was like, I can wear these pants another day. I put them on and everything, and I feel crawling on my legs.
Oh.
I can't tell you how fast those came off and were out the door. Like I threw the pants out the door.
He had ants in his pants.
I was just like, nope. And then I got home from work. That was a Friday, or that was a Tuesday, right?
yeah.
I got home that day after work. Marissa comes home and I had the room tore apart. And like organizing and cleaning and trying to find these ants. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Ants."
Oh yeah, the angry
Ants.
dude.
Ants.
This is a real thing. I become kind of psychotic. I literally come unhinged when there's like insects in my house and I can find like more than like one or two. Because that's what I'm used to. I'm like one or two, and then somehow they get back in because assholes leave the door open, whatever. But like if it's more than that, I become fucking psychotic. I will rip up the fucking floor, and I'll be like, I'm gonna find you. And, like none, and it's a weird habit, and I can't help myself because I don't like it. Their home is out fucking side. I don't go and invade their fucking home in the ground. They shouldn't be invading my house. You know, I'm just saying.
So you said something.
Kinda do.
You said something that like really. It was It was just one little phrase you said in there, and it just made me mad. Not at you, just mad. Just because what's been happening lately. You said leaving the door open.
Fucking hate when people leave the door open. I'm like,
So
no, I love
like
heating the outside.
my mother-in-law living with me is not a bad thing. She helps out a lot, but just like anybody, when you have roommates, they're gonna do things that
annoy you.
annoy you. This is one of them. I come home from work after a long, hard, and very fucking hot day to a door open house with the heater on, set to
What?
70 degrees. Not that it matters because the door's been open all fucking day, and it was 90 degrees, and so my house is 80 fucking degrees, and I'm like, and then I come in, she's like, yeah, it's hot in here. I'm like,
I wonder why.
she's like, I have the door open to let some air in. I'm like, we have central AC. Close the fucking doors and turn it on. She's like, but it get. That's why I said, I'm like, we have central AC. I say this nicely.
Yeah.
Oh no, just turn the AC on. It gets too cold.
Don't turn it down that far.
I'm like, I'm like, what do you set it to? Because there's a difference between temperature of 70 with the heater on and temperature of 70
With the AC.
with the AC on. There's just a difference.
There is a difference, and do you know what people do that drives me nuts? They think, oh, it's too hot or it's too cold, so they go to the thermostat
and touch
and they
it.
adjust it 1,000,000 degrees either direction
One or
because
two.
they think it's gonna make it get there faster.
Yeah.
No.
And it's not. All it does is it gets down to that temperature, and then you're like, well, now it's too cold.
Yeah. Well, and I'd rather have it cold because then I'm like, I can just put on more layers. I can get snug
that's how
and
I
wear a
feel.
blanket on the fucking
That's-
couch or something.
That's how I feel.
You can't do that with the heat. I can't take my fucking skin off. I can, but it'll be just a nightmare from that point forward.
That's the point I'm at now is I get home and I turn the AC on. I close all the doors, I turn the AC on. and I turn it to 65 degrees.
Brr.
That is cold.
That is cold.
Yeah.
Guess.
But I'm also like, I just walked in from a 90-degree, maybe 100-degree day.
So it definitely feels cold.
It feels
And-
real cold. Yeah.
Well, no, because I come and I walk into an 80-degree house. I want to freeze for like an hour. Please let me just freeze for an hour because I am burnt all the way to my non-existent soul. Let me be cold,
Yeah, just for a little while today.
and then I will turn it up to 68 degrees.
Yeah, you should.
My
you
house
should,
stays
you
at
should kill her.
69.
No, I will turn it up to 68 degrees, right? 69, nice. Sorry. I'll turn it up to 68 degrees because I like even numbers.
Fair enough.
68 is a perfect temperature, I believe. 70 isn't even that bad either. But
Oh,
Then
my
I will-
house is currently 67.
I will set it to 68
Oh.
degrees and
Indoors 69.
Yay.
set it to 68 degrees and walk away.
You should
Yeah.
just get a nest.
And then I'll be like, okay, I'm going to wait for my attic to cool down. I'm going to go play some video games. After my attic cools down, I'll go up there when it's nice, when it's cooled down enough. And
Then
as
the
I'm
heater's
as I'm
just
playing,
blowing.
I'm like, man, I'm getting hot.
Sweating.
And I'm like, I go downstairs for a cigarette, and I walk outside, and I look at the thermostat, and my blood boils as I'm watching the temperature rise.
You're like,
'Cause
oh,
I
it's
look at
85
it,
fucking degrees.
And I look at it, and it's set to 72 on heat, and I'm like, it is summertime, right? Am I not the only one that knows it's summertime in the house?
Yeah.
And she's like, everyone's like, oh, it's too cold for Peyton. I'm like, no, it's not.
Dude,
Because
I'm
guess-
getting so mad just listening to
It's
this.
not too cold for Peyton. Like when he is taking a bath, yes, I will turn the AC off. I'll turn the recirc off so the fans are off because I will agree that would be too cold for him when he's wet and the AC's blowing. Because you guys know how hot my bathroom got.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
all
all the
fun,
time.
Imagine how
yeah.
cold it gets
Probably.
because it's got its own little fucking vent. So
Yeah.
it gets, when the AC's going, everywhere else will be like a nice 68 degrees. That room will be like
oven.
fucking 60.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's cold.
So that's what good insulating is right there.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
did a really good job. They're like, I'm going to make sure that this is a fucking refrigerator or whatever the hell you want. It's basically a greenhouse.
One of my favorite feelings is getting out of a nice hot shower into that cold bathroom.
See,
I don't know what it is.
just the opposite for me. I want the bathroom to be like warm AF when I get out of the shower.
Oh, I love it. I get out and
No.
it's like I'm steaming. I'm steaming because of the temperature difference.
No, I get out and I go, ooh,
But
it's
then
chilly.
At night I make a point when everyone's asleep to go AC on
Why don't you just get a nest?
auto.
Well, and on top of that,
You shouldn't have
I want to.
He
I shouldn't.
have
I
to.
shouldn't have to. You know what?
You know what you need to say is like, you know what? Whoever is paying the goddamn utility bill gets to touch the thermostat.
that's what I want to do.
He's
Is,
like, that's her still.
what I want to do.
This is such a dad thing.
bitch.
It is, and that's what I was about to. That was what I was about to say. Is
It is.
I'm a dad. I'm the homeowner. That is my fucking thermostat. You know what I think about doing? Is
Putting a
my
lock on
thermostat?
it?
My thermostat actually disconnects from the wall.
Take it with you.
But doesn't that turn it off?
Yeah,
No.
If,
No, mine doesn't.
Oh, I was gonna say most HVAC systems, if you pull that,
You have to reset it and all that shit.
it doesn't. That's the brain
yeah.
of
Right.
everything. So if you pull it, has
just
no
turns it off.
Yeah, it has no communication. Well, no, it will still continue to run in some cases, but then that's all it's gonna stay at.
Yeah, it'll only keep running, won't it? Some
Oh,
cases.
no,
I guess
that's-
it depends.
That's fine.
It depends on the type of brand that it is.
Either way, he should be able to just set it
But-
to something reasonable and just leave it.
Yeah. That's
Not
fair.
come down and just have
to fuck with it every fucking time.
Well, and that's the thing is like kind of nothing against your mother-in-law, but like I mean, she's like not in her own
Home.
house. So even if she's paying rent and stuff, she shouldn't be kind of at free will just
You see, and that's
See.
the weird part. Isn't that the weirdest thing to think about? Like when you're renting from a place, but all your roommates are in the same vicinity.
Yeah.
Like when you rent an apartment, you rent a room technically that has other facilities attached to
Yeah,
it.
it's your facilities.
Yeah. But none of your facilities technically fuck with anyone else's.
No, you get
And
to
therefore
do it
you're free game.
independently.
Yeah.
Independently, yeah.
But when you're not in that situation, you're renting a room with other people, you're at the mercy of other people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it
And that's
but
the
see,
weird
here's
thing
the
about
thing,
roommates.
is I get overruled because even Marissa wants it not as cold, and I'm like, none of you guys work outside all day.
Well,
One of you works at night.
yeah.
you're never here.
cool.
no, and I get that. There's got to be like a compromise, you know.
And
See,
so
finding
oh
compromise
no,
is
we do
really hard.
compromise. I turn it as cold as I can for as long as I can.
Yeah.
You know,
See, my thing
I
with my parents is they like the house frigid fucking cold. And I can't do the cold. Like my house, they'll just fucking crank it down to 65. And my room gets freezing.
45's a good temp.
Sure is.
But so to make it so that they're still comfortable, I have a heater in my room. And I turn my heater on.
See,
Yeah.
God, your
and-
power bill must be just fucking wacko.
See,
No,
and this is
no.
where I'm getting at with you is I don't know why you just don't open the fucking windows at night. Keep the cool in, close the windows, and as the day goes on,
Because
it'll get slowly warmer throughout the day, and then you're not only saving, but on top of that, you're just like,
because
by the
But
time you
why
get
not-
home,
because
why
his
not-
mother-in-law leaves the doors open. This,
but
this
she
is the
won't
start
because
of the
it'll be cooler,
conversation.
but it won't be like that. It's frigid cold, but at the same time, it's not warm.
No.
It'll
thing
level
is-
out eventually.
The thing is all the windows and doors should be closed.
And you should let the house regulate itself.
Yeah, that's what I have central
Air
heating,
heating and
central
air for.
heating and air is, and a thermostat to say, hey, you need to turn off the AC for a second. Oh, hey, you need to kick the AC back on.
you guys should just leave it at 70 all the time. Like
That's
and
what I
just set
try
it
to
on
fucking
70.
do. But
You
even
need
then,
to,
I
you need to have a house meeting is what you need. to have.
you know
You
what
need to
I
have
need
an
to-
intervention about the fucking
Yeah.
No, you know what
thermostat.
I need to do is I might reroute my thermostat into my fucking room.
He's like, I don't want to talk about it. I
Good
just,
luck.
like, I'll
I'm
just
done. I'm done fighting about it. It's
Yeah.
mine. and
Actually, you know
I'm not-
what? She doesn't walk up the stairs, so I'll just reroute it to my attic, which actually might work because it's hotter in the attic.
Yeah,
so it's
That's
gonna
a lot of work.
But just set it at a temperature and
No,
just
but
leave
set-
it all the time.
to reroute it.
Mhm. What I would honestly say is if you were going to
That
put
might
it in
be-
your room, you can run a line from your central box, just have it run up the wall to another thermostat, and then just disconnect the lines to that one. Just because if you took it upstairs, there's a lot more to go through because of everything being furnished. Like with this, where this is open, easy, right up.
So,
That's insane.
or you
The-
could just
the
put
idea
a
of moving-
Bluetooth one in. At the rate, the amount of money you're going to spend, you might as
Nest.
well just get a fucking
Actually, you know what?
Bluetooth one,
Maybe I
and then
get
you
it.
can do it from your phone.
Maybe get a
That's
nest.
what I do.
Can I lock my nest? Lock
Yes.
it?
So okay,
Or just-
the whole reason
Oh,
I
boy.
got a Nest thermostat is because
I shouldn't have to, but I'm going to.
because
It's a lot cheaper than what you're about to do.
The kids they like to play with thermostats. It's just something about it. They will sit there and they'll fuck with the numbers. You'll come home and your house will be fucking 90 degrees. So the reason I got a Nest is because you can put a password on it, and so you can fuck with it all you want. Ain't gonna do jack shit.
See, that's a funny thing. My mom had to tell me about the thermostat once.
And then you just didn't do anything with
Yeah,
it.
because she said, I'll break your fucking hand off if you touch that. And I was
I
like,
put
"You
a
got it."
box on it.
See, and you
Hey,
know
what kind of
So
thermostat?
you haven't never hit your kids, huh?
Did you guys have digital
Yeah.
thermostats growing up?
Huh?
No.
Were they analog or
The analog.
Analog
Mm.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
My dad still has an analog one in his house.
Yeah.
like with the mercury inside and all that?
Yeah.
I don't think it has a mercury inside. It might have like an inside.
Yeah, inside it there was a little mercury vial that.
it helps regulate the temp.
Yeah, I'm assuming so because it's the dial one, and you like turn it to like it's got like from like 60
It's
to.
not all mercury. They use that. other shit now.
Blake's getting bored.
He's all like,
Sorry.
he's like, I'm not a father,
he's just
nor do I
sitting
care.
You know
was
what? No,
like- I mean, no. I'm big on talking about all the life stuff that we all have to go through, but there's a certain point
Where you gotta let it die.
where
Okay,
we
I'm
just
gonna-
beat it into the ground.
I'm gonna cap it off here. I'm getting a Nest and I'm putting a password on it that only I know. I'm gonna set the thing to fucking 62 degrees and let everyone just freeze.
You know what? It's gonna be funny because your wife is gonna be like, "Look here, asshole, give me the password."
No
and that
pussy
will
for
be
a
it.
month.
It would be just so much easier to like just have a serious sit down conversation with them. Like, look, we got to figure something out.
They're really not that expensive though. They're like 129.
I'm-
You
I'm
don't
with
need
Blake,
to
though.
buy it. You don't need to buy it. That would be my point.
It's a nicety.
Is somebody's sure? I'm sure it's nice, but
It
it's like
It's not
he
necessary.
doesn't need to.
It's an unneeded expenditure.
I
Yeah,
doesn't-
he's got a
but the-
thermostat that
the
works
sit-down would-
perfectly fine.
The
I did
sit down
too,
would
but-
be them saying it's 2 against 1.
Yep.
You'd be like, "Well,
And then point
I
and
have a
then-
penis and you're both a
then
woman."
guilt tripping me. Your son's cold.
Oh my god!
I'm
You're
like, he's also got a jacket, so
I'm like, no, he's also a fucking space heater like me. He
Yeah.
stays warm.
chances
throw
are
him in a
he's totally-
onesie.
he's
Those onesies
totally
are
fine.
fucking cookers.
Yeah.
He's
All right,
totally
so we'll
fine.
move away from the thermostat. Blake, you said you had a topic you wanted to cover.
You did at the
Yeah,
beginning.
on the polo.
on the polo.
His polo to be specific.
I had a topic that I wanted. Well, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, it was me getting stung in the face.
Oh, is that it? Oh, okay.
yeah.
No, I thought it was-
Although I did. Oh, his polo. Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys. So when you guys go to the gas station
yeah.
right. and you put gas in your car,
Mhm.
what are you doing exactly?
I'm just standing there.
What do you mean?
Technically, I mean,
I walk
Do
o-
you
I clean my windshield.
do you fill it up all the way?
all the way. Yeah.
All the way.
Is what I'm asking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the
No,
way.
of course.
Yeah, this is what I'm curious about.
What?
You went and got gas in your truck today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you?
Fill it up all the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I
Oh,
did my
good.
car this morning too.
Good. Good.
I'm
Good.
I'm missing the point here. What the? What,
I just had Trevor pegged as a person that puts $20 in at a time,
That's my wife.
and I hate
No.
that.
If I'm
Hate that.
if I'm going to the gas station, I'm filling the bitch up. I don't
Good.
want to have to go
Good.
back for another 300 miles.
Good.
yeah.
All
I'm
right.
gonna let
I'm
that bitch
so
go.
relieved to hear
I was
that.
like, go check the,
I'm
the
so
fucking
relieved at
gas gauge.
Oh, I
I'm
thought you were about to say, "Go
overfull.
check the gas cameras." I'm like, I'm
No,
never
gas
gonna go
gauge.
to a gas station. But did my friend
No,
actually fill
people-
up all the way? Show me the fucking video footage.
That is such.
He says
a,
$20. He's a liar.
It's such a like teenage kind of thing to do. It's like when you take your mom's car and you,
You
put
don't
in
wanna
the
put
ba-
that in- yeah.
you put in the bare minimum amount of gas.
You know,
You're
what's
like-
great?
You're trying to like cover
Like a
for
pour.
what you
what
use,
you used, right?
but you still don't. You really never do cover for what you used. You know, like you just put some in, so you could tell her that you put some in. And for the longest time, people will just, oh, I don't want to. I've got X amount of dollars in my bank account or whatever, or it just hurts too bad to see the bigger number
Yeah.
to fill it up all the way. But
Fuck.
you're gonna need it anyway.
Yeah.
Gas is something that you're always gonna need. You know, the only time I'd be pissed off about filling my tank is if I filled my tank and then the next day I was somehow on my deathbed and knew it.
Dude, that always pisses me off. There's been times when I've like
Oh.
filled up a tank, and then like my car would break, and I'm like, no, that's fucking awesome.
I was actually just about to bring that up. So there was a time in my life for a good like year or so that I would refuse to fill my car all the way. And it was primarily because for like a couple of months at a time, I'd fill my car and then it'd fucking break. And so I thought it was a bad omen.
Oh,
And so I wouldn't fill
I
my
can
fucking car.
kind of get behind that because
no, that's fucking retarded.
I had kind of no, I kind of can. I had a Pontiac Grand Am SE.
yeah.
No, not a Pontiac. I had a Pontiac Sunfire. That's what
My
this one
God,
was.
That's one of the worst.
Yeah, it was a piece of shit.
Whoa, you guys are
if
getting
you-
this guy hard over
If
here. You
you
gotta
filled
slow
it,
down.
if you
The
if you
Sunfire
filled it
sucked.
up, it would vapor lock.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It would
And so
vapor lock.
then I could not
fill
like,
it up all the way.
I could not fill it up all the way because then it would not work.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it would work, but you would drive for like 20 minutes,
And then
and it would
Yeah.
just die. It would fall on its face, and I would coast to the side. It would go.
But if you're an adult out there, and you
even
go
if
to
you're
the
not
gas
an
station,
adult,
yeah, even if you're not an adult, but
You're a fucking
especially if
human.
you're an adult, and you go to the gas station and you don't just fill it up all the way, knowing that you're going to use all that gas forever and ever and ever, a million times over,
Marissa.
you're just a
No, he's fucking just straight up calling her out.
he's like, I know she don't watch it.
you're a,
I know she don't.
you're
Well,
just a I don't know. I don't even know what the
Job
word is. It's
having
just like
piece of shit.
You're just a my
You're
wife.
That's
just
not job having. That's poor bitch.
you're just a fucking idiot. You know?
Well, no, you're right. I wouldn't go as far as saying you're a fucking idiot, but I would say that you're definitely not helping yourself. You're really shooting yourself in the foot because
Yeah.
by the time that you get to do whatever you need to do, you're probably going to have to fill up again.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's like you're actually spending more money going to the gas station to
Yeah.
put $20 in when you could just fill the fucking tank up. Your car actually performs better on a full tank. And if
Yeah.
it doesn't,
half a
it's a
tank.
piece of shit Sunfire Pontiac.
Yeah. It's like Adam Carolla always says. He's like, it's really expensive to be poor. It's more expensive to be poor because, like, when you can just pay for things outright, you're not paying interest, or you're not paying late fees, or you're not paying overdraft fees.
You're not
You
fucking
know,
around. You're,
not
getting
fucking
it done.
around. So when you have money, you actually end up spending less on all that bullshit.
Yeah.
You know,
See,
which is the funny thing about it.
See,
I
I hate overdraft fees.
I haven't. Yeah.
I haven't overdrafted my account in a long ass time, but when I did, I was like, oh, so I'm getting punished because I'm poor.
Exactly.
Yeah, it really is.
I don't have overdraft fees. I did have a question though. So regarding the gas situation,
Uh-huh.
do you keep going? Like, do you keep clicking until it's like to the tippy top, or
If
do
you
you go,
fucking
No.
do that, you
or
are
do you
wrong.
just go one click and done?
One click. And
It's,
done.
when it stops,
Okay.
it's full.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
you're not supposed to overfill your tank.
Yeah,
guys.
because it's backed into the. It's a.
Guess
Is
what
it-
will happen if you keep doing that? You're gonna back it into your fucking charcoal canister.
It's like, I guess the one exception would be like going
Getting
on a
to
long,
the nearest dollar.
long. No, I'm not one of those idiots either.
Yeah, if you hyper focus on numbers and shit like that, you're gonna be miserable for the
Yeah,
rest of your
people
life.
go into the
Okay.
nearest dollar, but then they'll like buy like $1.29 drink every morning.
Mhm.
okay,
It's like,
okay. I will only do that when if it stops at like 59.98. I'm like,
then it's just
Tink,
kind of
click.
fun. Then
Yeah,
it's just
tink.
kind of fun.
and because I don't think that's gonna ruin it. Just a little tink. Because all I need is one drop. Because that's about 2 cents.
But like on a long road trip, like that hose from the entrance of your fuel nozzle to
The
to
gas
tank.
line.
Yeah, that's not a gas line.
It's a filler neck.
Yeah, that's what it is.
filler neck, whatever.
I'm gonna
If you
fill her
fill
neck.
that up, those can often hold up to like a half gallon.
Mhm.
So if you're on like a long road trip or something, you're like, I'm filling this bitch up, you know, because that would get you like really far in like a car like mine, you know.
Yeah.
So like,
It's super
I'll
bad.
really fill it all the way up with that, like on a long trip, you know.
The thing,
Don't do
the-
that.
Yeah, the thing about that, for
Mhm.
one, it will go into your charcoal canister, but the majority of that gas that's in that filler neck, if you don't immediately burn it, it just evaporates.
Yeah.
So you're wasting money.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Long road trip immediately on the road driving with it.
But if your car is sipping gas and it doesn't use that half gallon real quick, gone. It'll evaporate.
You'll evaporate about anywhere from a quarter to a half. It's possible, and it's not only that. It's just like it's bad for your car because you put a lot of pressure into your gas can, your
Mhm.
gas tank. I mean, and that's like really bad for your ride because you can burn out your shit.
You know,
It's hard to explain, but your fuel filter is the one that gets
I
punished.
kind of
for it.
feel like if you have like an old piece of shit car, it's hard on it.
No, it's hard on all cars.
It's hard on everything.
Well,
There's a reason it stops.
Especially newer vehicles that are fuel injected.
Mhm.
That's a lot of pressure. You have a fuel. You have the fuel going to the motor, and then you also have a return for whatever doesn't get used by your motor.
Mm-hmm.
And so it pressurizes the whole system. That's why sometimes, like, if you're really low and you pop the cap, it goes.
yeah,
It's
it
because
breathes
it's
real hard.
pressurized.
It's a vacuum.
Yeah.
No, I get that. It's like I said, if I'm just getting maximum miles out of it for that day, you know,
Yeah. I mean,
that's like the one time I would do that.
It's still bad, but I can see what you mean. I get it.
I mean, I get what he. I get
Why
I get
you're
it,
doing it,
but
But
I
I
wonder
get
if
because like in a
Mythbusters-
nozzle this wide, gas going all the way up, like that's not evaporating.
but on top of that, the
'Cause that's
bigger
not a
problem
vapor,
is
that's a
worrying
liquid.
about like breaking line or fucking because you can pressurize that line. The air in there is supposed to keep it from fucking.
I've never got it that pressurized before.
so okay.
Not many people have, but then there's always that one chance that you could accidentally pressurize your line too much and it'll pop, and then you're fucked.
If that happens, I will let you know.
I mean, you totally will because you'll be on the podcast. It's like
Yeah.
you guys would never believe my gas can fucking just.
Yeah, but here's the thing: it's like I'm
Gas can. I
talking
keep
like
calling it a can. It's a
this is
tank.
the kind of thing that you would do like once a
Once in a
talking
great
like-
blue moon.
like a blue moon, you know. And it's like I'm not even trying that hard, you know. What I'm saying like it clicks, and I give it an extra little, you know. I don't back it out. As like I'm not doing
Like
it all
watching it,
crazy,
make
crazy.
sure it's
yeah.
yeah. No, I get it. I
tippy
get
top.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So you guys answered how you fill up your tank. Like, do you go full or extra full or? Now I want to know what you do while your car is filling up.
Clean my
He says
windows
it cleans it. Like if I have to clean it, I'll clean it. But if I don't, I'm
every
just,
single time.
I smoke a cigarette.
Sure.
I mean, I've done it.
No, fuck that.
No
I-
fear.
I just look at my phone.
What's gonna happen? I'm gonna die instantly. Okay.
Yeah.
Eh,
Actually, I don't think
I'm
you
not
would
gonna.
die
I'm not
instantly. I
gonna
think
light a
you
cigarette.
burn to death.
He's already got it lit as he's putting it in and everything.
see, but the odds of you
Mi-
actually,
You want to talk about MythBusters? They've proved that wrong.
yeah,
A
it's
cigarette cannot light fuel.
It
Well, yeah.
can, but it's in super specific and special occasions.
It's so
It's when it causes
unlikely.
a spark, and
Yeah.
it's very, very unlikely.
Yep.
It's just a
You
possibility.
need an open flame.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can
But
cause
so
static
I-
electricity long before
If
you
you're
fucking do that.
lighting the
That's
cigarette.
that's different. That's an
Yeah.
ignition. That's an actual.
And still, even the way
So-
pumps are built these days, there's not enough vapor coming out of it.
Well, and on top of it, if you guys pay attention to the gas line, once it hits that top part, the fire does, it cuts itself off. There's a kill switch on the top and the bottom of the pumps. They're the whole movies. It blows up. That's not a thing. You can run over a fucking gas pump,
Yeah.
and it will not explode.
No, it's never gonna.
There's a
blow up.
possibility that if it's a shitty gas pump or it's super old, it might start spraying gas. That's a possibility, but it's not likely because there's too many goddamn laws.
Like when cars flip and stuff, and they blow up in movies, and that
Yeah.
never happens.
It's not real.
One
Okay,
thing
so
real quick though.
what do you guys do though?
I look at my phone.
I clean.
Yeah.
You guys walk away from the car?
No, I'm
No.
right next to my car. There's
Nope. I go in the grocery. I go into the store. I buy cigarettes. I'll
It
buy.
literally
My-
says right there, do not leave car unattended.
My
Guess what?
biggest
It
thing-
also says don't play on your phone. So
My biggest thing about that is I have a fear that someone is going to take the gas nozzle out of my vehicle,
And start filling up their
start
tanks.
filling up theirs.
I would never do it because when I worked at the gas station, enough times I saw people not pay attention,
And
And,
it
then
shit
it-
would overflow.
and it would overflow. One time I was there, and these two like young girls,
We actually talked about this
Yeah.
before on the podcast.
and they like overflowed it like
A couple $100, or
like,
it was
yeah.
$100.
like 20, 25 gallons of gas all over the ground. And they come in like we just spilled all this fucking gas all over the
we
ground.
want a refund.
And I was like, oh shit, well, thanks for telling me. I'll get
Go
I'll get
clean it
on
up.
that. And they're like, that's it? And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make you guys clean it up, you know?
I'm not a piece
They're
of
like-
shit.
But they're like, well, what about all that gas? You know, like what about I'm like, that's your fucking
That's between you and Jesus,
yeah,
stupid.
They like seriously just pissed it all out on the ground, and that's the one reason I wouldn't do it. Although very unlikely, possible. You know, it's
Yeah.
possible. I saw them
well-
do it, and they just weren't paying attention.
Well, and the thing is a lot of gas pumps, like if you put the nozzle in wrong, you can keep pumping it, and the sensor will never tell it that it's actually overflowing.
Yeah, it could be just in the right position. Most cars put it in a position
Where it
like,
actually,
such that it, like in
yeah,
my
the,
car,
like the newer cars, they're designed to like angled it
yeah.
perfectly, so the
that's
sensor
why I walk
always
away from my
floods.
car.
My car now, like I would 1,000 out of 1,000 times, it'll stop. I
Yeah.
guarantee it. Just the way that it is.
Okay, so the reason I asked that is because the other day I was fueling up my truck when I was leaving for work. I had to go get fuel before I headed out to Blackfoot. I put
He made a lake.
no,
Oh.
no, I didn't. I was filling up my truck, and I was like, "Oh, I need cigarettes and I want to grab a soda." So I walked away from my truck. I came back and there's a cop outside my car, and he's like,
outside your truck.
outside my truck, yeah, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just want to grab smokes and a drink." And he said, "That's against the law." And I'm like, "No, it's not. You're not bullshitting me. Yeah, it's not against the law.
It's not. It's just a warning.
Name a law that says I can't walk away from my car when it's fueling.
There isn't one.
There's not. It's a suggestion.
If I remember right, it is literally just it's a warning, and it's the same thing on like most containers. Like when you buy them, they all have that caution sign that says, "Don't do this. It will be a bad idea for you."
Well, I think
So the cop said there was a law.
Well, he wanted to give me a ticket for
Unattended.
unattended.
vehicle or something stupid. I'm like, yeah, go ahead and try.
So you left your work truck there, Philly?
Yeah.
I mean, really?
Yeah.
You just
I put the nozzles in on both my saddle tanks. And
You know
walked
what's
If
inside.
funny?
I ever
I
get a
don't even-
diesel, I'm going for you, bud.
I don't even in my one truck, like it's so
I'm not paying for
loose. It's so loose in
Damn.
there. It's so loose, the nozzle going into the tank, that I will only fill up one tank at a time.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So no, mine is
It's nice and snug.
because mine has hooks on it,
Oh, that's nice.
so I can hook my nozzles in.
That is nice. Still risky.
Super risky.
I don't give
Yeah.
a shit. What's gonna happen?
There's-
What's the worst that's gonna happen?
Some poor gas attendant has to clean that shit up, and you're an asshole.
You come outside and it's pumped 50 gallons all over the ground.
And then you have to
I
explain
don't
that
have the-
expenditure to your boss, and they're like, "You're an asshole and an idiot." And
I'll
now
be like,
you're
I don't know.
fired.
I'll be like, I don't know. I tried to stop it and it just didn't stop.
Beyond 10. Yeah, they don't have cameras everywhere.
Yeah, and they would totally call that gas station like, "What the fuck?"
Because after 10 gallons, I think it is, 10 or 20 gallons or something like that, they actually have to call like a hazmat cleanup crew to clean it up.
See,
I know.
it eats EPA.
So
No, what I'm saying
do
is
you remember
like,
me telling you
if
about
you
the?
do it,
You have to call somebody for it.
well, no, I'm saying if you're at
if you're at fault,
for
you
it,
have to pay for it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
That's,
It's like,
I,
although
I'm not in there for 20 minutes.
no, but you see how fast those diesel pumps
Pump.
Okay, yeah,
If
those
it
ones they
pops out of
pump
there-
and fucking.
They're those high volume, like they'll pump what
Fuck.
10
easy.
gallons a minute.
I walked away. That was a couple days ago. Today I had to fuel up my truck and
You walked away again.
no, I was like I gotta clean my window. Literally, in the time it took me to, I got both nozzles in, and the time it took me to get both nozzles in and start scrubbing my window, I heard click click,
Right. Yeah.
and I'm
they
like,
pump
looked
fast.
around, I'm like, oh, it's already at $300,
Yeah.
and it had been like 20 seconds.
dude.
Yeah, they pump because there's actually a difference. There's some pumps that are called they're high volume pumps, and then there's just the normal pumps. And so, even the normal pumps pump super fucking fast when it comes to diesel and stuff like that. And then there you got your regular pumps that you get out front and shit, and those pump way differently.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The big
So-
old, that's all we use.
Yeah,
There is no law against it, but if a spill or anything
You're
were
re-
to happen,
you're
you
responsible.
are responsible
Yeah.
for it. Hmm.
Yeah.
especially if it causes a fire.
That's why I told the cop, give me a ticket for it. I'll
see
take
you in
I'll
court.
see you
I'll
in
see
court.
you in court.
I'm like, you want to spend the day in court? I guarantee you, if he gave me a ticket and I showed up to court, he wouldn't have showed up.
No.
Yeah.
No, they never do. They actually send a rep.
He would have probably just done a DOT.
Nope.
Fucking,
Has to be the officer that gave you the ticket.
yeah.
Mm,
It-
is
You
it?
have the right to face your accuser.
Yeah. But a lot of cases they have your lawyer can step in as your.
Oh no, but you have to
No,
be there.
no.
You can have a legal representation, but you have to be there because you have the right to face your accuser.
And not every cop's a DOT cop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh,
most
dude,
of them aren't.
I got pulled over the other day because I had an out tail light.
The
and
same
the-
story as before.
No. This one was like 3 or 4 days ago. I had an out tail
Oh,
light.
for
but,
real?
Yeah, but it was no big deal.
You really need to start
it was
checking
just-
your
it was just
fucking
a-
trailers.
You need to
I
do your
do. I
pre-trip.
do my pre-trips,
Okay.
except for that one day. I did not do a pre-trip.
I gotta
that
go
day.
piss. You.
But
you
I
have fun with that.
I had went out like one of my not so I on my trailer on the trailers I have my side lights and then like the ones on the bumper.
Yeah.
One of the ones on my bumper went out.
Uh-huh.
It was one of my turn signals, but I mean my other one was working, so I still had you could
Working.
tell I was turning. the cop pulled me over just to let me know, right?
Uh-huh.
And I got out and I was like, huh, what'd you look at that? He's like, yeah, I'm not going to give you equipment failure for it. And I'm like, you're not a DOT officer, are you? And he's like, nah, I'm just he's not even state police. He was just like, yeah, I'm just Bingham County. And I'm like, cool. Don't look under my truck. Hopped inside because I had, I was leaking some oil pretty bad.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's.
That would put you out of service.
It's pretty. A light put you out of service.
No, it wasn't oil.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was coolant. You
Yeah.
could smell the sweetness
the
by my
sweet.
truck.
Dude, like I have in one of the trucks I checked yesterday, like the left marker light on the top, it wasn't out, but it was dimming, and I could tell like it's gonna go out, right?
Right.
It's gonna. I told them about that because
The filament was going out.
yeah, that light goes out, it's out of service.
Really?
Yeah, you can't just drive on it. You'll get pulled over and ticketed for all that shit. All of it.
DOT.
Yeah.
DOT cops
yeah.
are fucking dickheads.
Well, I mean that's the law, though. That's the
their job.
letter of the
Letter
law.
of
you
the
know?
law. That's their job.
And we all
Job
as drivers
pieces of
know
shit.
that. So if you get on the road knowing it, you're just risking it. That's all you're doing. You know.
Right.
So it sucks, because it's like you get there and it's 3 a.m. and you're just trying to get started and do your job, and you notice this lights
There's
out.
like,
You're like,
nobody around that could fix it or anything.
yeah, you're like, what am I supposed to do? Just not work, And so you get most of those drivers get put into a tough position from time to time. So the best thing you can do, honestly, I think, is like check it at the end of the day. Because if it's working at the end of the day, chances are it's working in the beginning of the day. So check all that shit. Check all that shit and because the best thing you could do is check it and something's wrong, fix it in the afternoon, not in the morning, because
Yeah.
you're not getting it fixed in the morning. So anyway, that's where I'm at with that. But yeah,
the only thing is can't they get you for that because you're supposed to
It's
do a
willfully neglect.
pre-trip?
yeah, no, exactly. It doesn't matter if you get on the road and anything's wrong, they can get you for all of it.
That's why a post trip is important. I never do mine, but that's why it's important.
That's I actually spend more time looking at stuff after than I do before.
Like, whoops,
like kicking
my
tires.
trailer
and,
lights weren't plugged in.
Yeah.
Whoops.
You know the.
I think that one's
so
more
speaking of
noticeable.
that spilling gas thing, remember that story I told you when I was still with Coke? I was at that Good to Go in Yukon.
Uh-huh.
I was down stacking, and I just hear there's a dude filling up, and I just hear spilling. I'm like, what the fuck? I look over.
And the dude had the hole in the bottom of his tank, right?
He had the hole in the bottom of his fuel tank.
Told me
But I
that.
thought his tank was overflowing, so I run around. I'm like, it's not overflowing. Where's that? I look under. I'm like, holy shit! And he was a mechanic, and I'm like, wow, that's
Ironic.
fucking
Yeah.
hilarious. But I go in and tell him. I tell the ladies at the counter and him, and he gets in the truck. He's like, oh shit! Gets in his truck and fucking speeds off.
Oh yeah, because
He's
he's
like,
like,
"I
I gotta
gotta
get.
My thing was I know he wasn't speeding off to say, fuck this, I'm out. He was like, oh, I better fucking get out of here
Before
Well,
I
I have-
run out of gas.
while I have fuel.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
And it was it was a pool, and it was going out to the road. And they
best
were,
thing you could do was get out of there.
yeah,
Honestly, like
Somebody's throwing fucking
'cause
matches as you're driving.
back in the day.
Dude.
Back in the
fucking
day,
Well,
we just
joint
go out.
sparks.
Back in the day, we just go out with a bunch of kitty litter and clean the shit up.
That's
and
what they
now It's
did.
like now,
Still do.
Yeah, but
I
I, mean,
think it-
like they have to report it.
Oh, yeah.
they had to report it, but they had to contain it too.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they went out with the kitty litter to contain it and clean it up, but they had to report it. And I'm sure they got the guy's license plate because
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
But
sure it was like 10 gallons of fuel on the ground.
they're like,
See-
you got to get back here, and he's like, nope.
Fuck
You
you.
gotta keep them there. There's nothing you can do once they leave.
Yeah. Well,
Honestly,
and that's
like
crazy.
I don't think there's anything you can do once they leave. Like, what time are we at?
We are at 2.5 hours.
Oh, God.
No, wait,
No,
3
2
hours.
and 9 minutes.
3
hours, 9 minutes?
Wow, we really kept it
2
going,
hours and 9 minutes.
talking about just a
2
bunch of
hours? Is it 2 hours?
It's
It is
2
2
hours. and 9
regular
minutes.
Okay,
shit.
I thought so because I was like, "There's
People
no
would listen to
fucking
me.
way, no fucking way."
Yeah,
But,
we really
Nobody
kept it going,
listens.
just talking about like regular life stuff today.
I like it.
I
Yeah.
do too. You know,
But Blake really wants a hot topic, something that really rings the dings.
No, not necessarily. Like there
What
was
boils
that
his
there was that
blood?
episode recently where everybody was like, "Oh, boring, boring. This is boring, boring." You know, and I'm like,
Well, that's the
we
one
can't
thing.
always be like tip top interesting. You know,
We're just
It's
some
like,
No.
dudes.
we're just
Okay.
Dudes.
guys.
If you want a topic, you should just tell us because we're fucking
no,
stupid.
if I come up with something, I'll let you guys know.
No, we're.
But
Oh, I was just
he's-
talking
he's
about like the
referring to
actual
audience.
Yeah, our audience. I was like, hey guys, if you have a topic you want us to touch on, let us know.
Hell yeah.
We
That-
would
let any
we
of
would
us know. I would
love
love
to
that.
Send
deep
us
dive.
Send us an idea in Messenger or something like. We'll,
Comments on YouTube
Go
videos.
into
I
it.
would.
YouTube, TikTok.
Do we have we been
Actually,
paying attention to that
I
shit
want to.
lately?
I have.
I want to copycat. I copycat ideas from other podcasts all the time, but
Okay, that's fine.
specifically, I have some ideas that I'm going to run by you guys off air, and I think that would be some fun stuff to make like real episode subjects out of, and like we can come into this like kind of prepared with something.
Am I
and,
ever prepared?
No, you're like
you
the,
barely attend.
We call you the
No, I'm
the
kidding.
Greg of the podcast.
Shit.
Just I just show up and fly by the seat. Oh, I show up at a good time.
Good time. That was
Which
the thing
does-
I was trying to bring
Which
up there
does
earlier.
not mean on time, evidently.
And let's talk about a good time. A good time isn't 30 minutes late.
I was.
And then on top of that, you're right. You weren't 30 minutes late.
because I didn't work.
Yeah, that's the
That
thing.
doesn't count.
He finds a new and exciting way to piss us off every week,
Do
which is
you-
crazy.
Yeah.
Do you know if you didn't go to the bar, you probably would have been here at the
On
right
time.
time.
Probably.
Not a good time, the right time.
I was saying to them before you got here, like your logic is just like Bert Kreischer's, where you start with an excuse or a reason, and then you always get to the truth eventually with enough pestering and questioning. Where it was like, you're like, guys, I'm gonna be half an hour late. I was busy.
And
Then that's
In
what you.
said same message though, I was busy drinking beer.
No,
I put it out right in the same
Nah.
message.
You did in the same message, not in the same sentence like you're saying you did. You were like, I was busy.
and then you got.
Drinking beer.
I don't.
You didn't say it like
I
that.
straight up did.
He did.
All right. Did you? I
Either
didn't. I don't.
way.
Maybe I didn't listen to it, but
He did.
Did you say it like that?
He said I was busy drinking beer.
with my friends or my coworkers. I'm sorry.
You're not. I've been watching your fucking Marco Polo
Pause it.
since.
Pause it. I'm tired of that message too.
This
you
one actually.
complain about all the messages that we send.
I'm the only
You're
one who
like-
was allowed to complain about that because I'm like 60 fucking messages later.
He's like, I've been listening. Don't listen to all of them, Ned. He's-
You want me
like,
to
"I'm
know
be-"
what's going on? I'm gonna fucking listen to all the goddamn messages.
and then you
But here's the thing,
It's it's an app for conversation. It's not a text message where you get.
Okay, but the majority of the time I don't have fucking service.
I know that, but don't bitch about them at the end of the day. If I sent you 14 text messages, you can complain about that.
Those were thought out and
But-
Here,
specifically.
I skipped it.
I'm probably gonna be about 30-ish minutes late because I just drove through Swan Valley. I still haven't gone through the Swan Pass, so I gotta get to Ryrie, pick up my truck, and then drive out there. So it'll be a minute, but I am on my way. I've been busy drinking beer. No. I stopped at
Busy drinking beer.
Okay, so that part of the sentence, sure.
He's like,
But
"Yeah, sure,
you're
yeah."
like, I'm going to be 30 minutes late. Still driving through Swan Valley.
I was giving you an update so you guys knew where I was at.
Well, we knew you
I
were
was being-
late.
Courteous.
The messages before that we were saying, yeah, Trevor usually
Usually he's hit us up by now.
saying
Okay,
he's gonna
to
be
be
late.
fair, in Alpine, service fucking sucks.
it does.
Like,
yeah, no, I agree with that.
I don't really get anything until about halfway through Palisades.
See,
So-
didn't you
and
get
the-
a new phone to fix that problem?
Yes, but it works up in my job site.
Okay. I mean, we've been talking all day.
So why didn't you talk us into your job and when we were at
I
job
don't
site?
have Marco Polo on my new phone.
You just used it.
That's my normal phone.
Oh, okay. And now I'm up to speed. I
Trevor,
was
Trevor,
like, what the fuck?
Trevor.
It's an app. That's what he's doing right now. He's
I had the App Store honestly because I don't download apps. You download Marco Polo.
I don't want
Log
my
in.
phone going off consistently.
wow.
You can
Mute it.
mute it. Trevor,
What
it's called focus
actually,
mode.
What do
Oh
you
my
actually
god.
mean?
Okay, it's not an iPhone, you dumbass.
Oh,
what
you
the fuck does
traitor.
that have to do with anything?
Oh god.
It was a $30 fucking Android just to get me service for emergencies.
So it's like, oh, I
okay.
don't want to have Marco Polo. Oh, I don't want to be interrupted. What's your actual feeling?
Yeah, dude.
What are
just-
you
don't wanna
what are you
talk to us?
actually doing?
I will talk to you guys if I have service.
But
the
service on
major-
that phone.
The majority of the time, if I'm down at the lower portion, I don't have service. There are parts where I get service. It's not like I have service the entire
He
fucking
just don't want to
time.
talk to us.
Yeah,
We're on his
that's
friends.
what that's
And
what we're
here's the
getting
thing:
to.
is you were saying like, "Oh, I gotta watch them all," blah blah blah, because he's upset when I don't pay attention or don't respond to questions.
Right.
All you have to say is there was a lot of messages, and guess what? I'm not listening to them all. So somebody give me a speed run. I do it all the time. I
Yeah,
literally
but
hop
you're
in them all
saying-
like,
you're
"Hey
saying
guys, I'm
it's
not watching
okay.
50 of these. Fuck you."
Well, that's
But
the
you
thing, is,
you
like,
even just said that it is okay for you to do it, not me.
No,
No.
I didn't say it wasn't okay for you to do it. I
You're
said
like,
that that's what you
your
should
thing.
do.
You said that's your thing.
You did.
I said that's what I do.
no,
no, you said that is your thing.
You said he can't do it.
you
Did
guys,
I say?
You guys are both kind of wrong because Gavin gets on there and he tells us that he didn't watch all the messages. I always tell him, we know you didn't. You don't even have to announce that you didn't watch all of them. My pet peeve is that you announce to us how annoyed you are at how many there are available.
And there probably wasn't
But
even that
I
many.
watched.
There wasn't that many.
No, today there wasn't that lot.
15
There really wasn't.
max,
There
maybe.
wasn't that
It was
many.
long enough because you guys are long-winded. It was long enough from shit you not. As soon as I got service in Palisades to after Swan Valley.
Yeah, but
Well,
we always
and
have
in
an
our
extra.
defense,
We always have an extra half hour that you're gonna be, still driving here.
but in our defense, we're also not driving 90 miles through a pass that's only 60. It's like 60, 75.
It's 65.
You know what?
And you're still driving 90 fucking miles per hour.
And
Of course you're getting halfway through that bitch by the time you're done with our Marco Polos.
actually,
You're driving at Mach Jesus and you're like, I don't know why I'm getting so far. And that your guys' conversation is only like, at tops, 15 minutes.
no. Today I wasn't speeding. This morning, yes. I made it from Ryrie up to the job site.
Do
in
you
under
know what
an
that sounds
hour.
like? I don't drink beer in my house.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like that.
All right, guys. I think we're going to go ahead and end it off here. Thank you for listening to Easily Offensive. Don't forget, check out our socials. We're on the Twitter, the TikTok, the Facebook. And check out the Insty. With that, we're going to see you guys in the next episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming
Love
out
you.
with you something.
I love you.
I do.
Yeah. You
All
guys
right.
you guys support our life.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks for
Bye.
Trump 2024. Wow.
Welcome to the Easily Offensive Podcast. If you're out there and you are easily offended, now's your time to leave.